3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday. Here we are on KROQ. This is Klein Alley Show. If you come to the right place, good. If you're in the wrong place, we'll give you a moment to change the station. If you're on YouTube, good morning, Netbangers. Nice to meet you. We are here and live and in the flesh. You can listen, you can watch. The more important thing is that you interact, because today is a great day. 9 o'clock, big surprise. Another thing that has not yet been announced that will be announced, and we will get you in immediately at 9 a.m. sharp this morning.
You will want to be listening. Take it from me.
Oh, yeah.
This is something that, obviously, it's a good time always, but particularly this year.
Oh, you talking about Ohana?
Oh, yeah, right.
You can't talk about it, Omar. We don't know. We don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
We don't know what we're talking about until 9 o'clock. But at 9 o'clock, we can say exactly what we're talking about and get you into it. And it could be anything.
But it rhymes with Moana.
But it could be anything at all.
Right, Vanessa?
I hate you, Omar. I literally hate you.
By the way, you can watch all this car crashing unfolding live on the YouTube live stream.
Lots to get into today, aside from just the big announcement at 9 o'clock. We will get into, and I can't believe it's finally reached this point of the show, Allie, but, yesterday we did crack that bottle of tequila Vanessa brought back from Mexico, and I got the runny tummy yesterday after drinking that tequila.
Ooh, tummy bros.
And I was thinking to myself, is it possible that not only did she not buy good tequila, but that she actually bought and brought back the tequila that made her violently ill? Now, there's been a lot of theories about Vanessa's cruise, including the theory that Omar originally presented to us that she is a child, and someone has a good point about her in her, quote, quarantine on the cruise ship after she got so ill she could not be around the other passengers. This is one guy's theory, and I think it makes a lot of sense.
I wasn't on board with the theory that Vanessa was a child until she started talking about her isolation that she had to do on the cruise, where she had no entertainment, nothing to do. Guys, she was on timeout. She must have done something to make her go on timeout.
She doesn't realize. Like, you're on timeout, no iPad.
No TV, no internet.
Right, and she thought it was isolation, but she's a child.
Everyone would freak out with no entertainment.
Well, you're a child.
And she just made up that story about the sickness to, keep up the appearance that she's an adult.
Oh, no, it wasn't a made-up. My booty felt it.
All right, well said. Pull that clip.
For sure.
Pull that clip.
But Vanessa's not going to allow me to use it.
No, of course not. She's going to step up.
Don't pull that clip.
Don't play the clip of me saying my booty hurts out of context. When you give us gold like that, Vanessa, you better believe we're going to use it. It'll be the new intro for butt stuff, which we do on the show.
Yeah. Well, Klein, you said you had some stomach problems after drinking the tequila.
Yeah.
I had none of those problems.
Yeah, but I drank a lot more. I drank you only had one shot, I think, right? And I chugged the bottle.
But Klein also drank it from a dirty glass.
I also did drink it from a very...
And you drank it from the bottle at one point.
Right, and I think the bottle was dirty. And by the way, Vanessa...
How much did you drink?
I was left here feeling pretty...
Oh, my God.
What is Vanessa
Well, how
saying?
long was the panty haul video? It was 1 minute and 24 seconds.
I drank the entire panty haul video.
You're trying to blame this on the tequila,
I'm not-
which is sterilization? I think it was all the pizza you had over the weekend.
That's true. You did have a ton of
boy.
pizza.
Don't blame this on the pizza, and don't call me fat boy. That's body shaming. We don't stand for that around here. And some guy,
Okay, fat boy.
some guy that listened to the entire episode and then watched it on YouTube, saw the bottle of tequila we used, and listen to this, Allie. I didn't realize we have tequila professionals listening to the show.
Hi, Nelly Show. What's up, guys? I wanted to talk about Vanessa's tequila that she bought. I am actually a tequila influencer. I've studied through the International Tequila Academy.
This guy studied at the International Tequila Academy, which seems like one of those dumb
Very
T-shirts
reputable.
you'd buy like at a port. Be like, I'm a student at the International Tequila Academy.
Why aren't we doing ads for that on the station?
I don't know.
Get off the couch and get an education.
It's right next to the FBI shirt.
Right.
The
Yeah,
booby
totally.
inspector.
What do you want to be this week? A female body inspector, or do you want to be the Tequila Academy student? Which one? Which one are we doing? Or you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 tequila floor?
I
whatever that
graduated
is.
with honors.
So this guy sounds pretty reputable. Listen to this.
And I teach tequila, do tequila tastings, and I'm a tequila professional.
Tequila professional, this guy is. All right, now listen.
And I want to say, unfortunately, Vanessa, you got duped. You got duped, my friend. So any tequila out there is allowed up to 1% of additives. Unless it is...
So basically, this guy gave Vanessa a big sales pitch to upsell her on this crap tequila, get $65 for the bottle, and this guy's convinced, and this, once again, is a student of Tequila University or whatever.
Talked about there's a tequila matchmaker, which is a tequila additive-free alliance. unless they get certified through there, and they can really prove that they don't have additives. Most of them do have additives.
We actually have a scientist that has agreed to test that bottle of tequila to see all of the things that the guy claimed and how one by one those were all false.
By the way, how is
the reason
Tequila
why-
Matchmaker not a new dating app?
I don't know. Tequila Matchmaker uses everyone swipes yes to everything. Tequila Matchmaker.
The reason why probably Allie thought it was smooth is because of the additives and all the chemicals that are in there. Glycerin,
nerd.
thermal coloring, ozone stripe.
You graduated from the Tequila Academy and you're telling us that we got duped?
All right.
No.
Just kidding, listen there, okay?
Oh,
Maybe he went to the Tequila Academy in America, but there's other types of tequila people in Mexico.
Well,
Straight
the other
from
thing-
Mexico, where tequila is from, baby.
All right.
Some
Beautifully
people
said.
on the text line we were talking about this pointed out that all tequila is organic because
Yes.
that was the other thing is you said, oh, it's organic. Every tequila is organic, but you have to pay extra for the sticker or the label that says organic.
Well, she paid extra for that because this bottle's covered in stickers. Every sticker, including a QR code that doesn't even work. Anyway, I'm not sure what gasoline we drank from Mexico, but
thank you,
but
Vanessa.
thank you for thinking of us. Thank you for thinking of us. Let's get into this song from Jimmy Eat World right now, and then we'll get into the entire show we have planned for you today. It will be a decent one. It officially has started. Show. $100 up for grabs in moments. Sally knows the news, or does she? Chance for you to win that money if you want to get on the phones now at 800-520-1067. You can also text us at the very same number. 310 says, I am also a tequila expert through Bethmo University. So many people have learned a lot. But this guy's not done shaming Vanessa for bringing us that sham bottle of tequila back. He goes on, Allie.
Vanessa, you got duped for a very cheap bottle, which would have probably cost about $15 top for that in Mexico. But a lot of tourists go through that. It's not her fault. She is just a victim of circumstance. But and Klein's palate is probably better because it probably is very much garbage. Not like Allie's palate, where she thought it was beautiful and smooth.
I thought it was great.
He's calling your palate garbage.
It probably is. You know what?
A graduate of Tequila University.
The thing is, yes, my palate is not as refined as yours, and I'm eating old cheese or cutting off the mold. That's just how I roll. But that's also the reason I didn't get diarrhea and you did.
I didn't get diarrhea yesterday. I just said my stomach was feeling all wonky after I drank that tequila. And aren't you the person that whenever you go to a nice restaurant, actually good food, you throw up?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If you eat crappy things, you get sick.
Yeah.
And if I eat good things, I get sick.
Allie goes to anything that's above 3 stars. She's like, wait a minute, they had an A on the window. I'm going to get sick today.
Exactly.
That's but this guy did give us an interesting offer, and I think before we completely forget about Mr. Tequila University, we should listen closely to the next 10 seconds of this message.
Sorry, guys. If you want to, I could pass by the studio and do an actual tequila tasting for you guys if you want. I am more than happy to do it and bring some actual bottles of tequila for Cinco de Mayo, and we can taste some good quality brand tequilas and teach you guys some actual good tequila information. So if you want to, please, check out my Instagram or social media as well. Mr. Suave Agave, that's what I go by.
Mr. Suave Agave would like to come by.
Was that the title they put on you when you graduated? Yeah, exactly.
Here is your diploma. Stand, Mr. Suave Agave, the valedictorian of Tequila University. Congratulations.
And they do a bottle on each shoulder.
We should reach out to him. Jake, get his number off the goat line, and let's get Mr. Suave Agave in here.
Tell him not to bring anything too good, though. I don't want to get sick.
Yeah, Allie will get sick. Bring some of that top shelf stuff. Allie will be vomiting all over the place. We got to take a super quick break. When we get back, though, $100 could be yours. Lots going on in the world, and we'd love you to know what's happening. And more importantly, beat Allie, take her money, and we'll do that after this quick break on KROQ.
Klein, Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ. KROQ.
Want your car fixed the right way and
$100 could be yours right now if you call. The number is 800-520-1067. We've said before that if your day is going to be a good day or a bad day, usually something good or bad happens to you. But before, is it 8:30? Is that the time? Before 8:30 a.m.?
8:36, I believe.
8:36 a.m. If good things happen before then, it'll be a good day. If bad things happen before then, that is when you know your day will probably be downhill from there. So let's go ahead and start your day a winner by calling us now at 800-520-1067. You can battle Allie, 5 questions about the news. Do better than Allie does. If she sequesters herself outside in the hall, she will not hear the questions. You get a chance to answer first. And if you do better than she does at the end, you will get $100 of her money. She's paid thousands of dollars of her own money that she could have saved, invested.
This is something that I regretted saying from the beginning.
Yeah, this is the thing
Years
about
ago. I don't know why.
Remember the
agreed
time
to
I
this?
said that gravy makes every food better, and you guys made me eat my words literally by making me put gravy on a bunch of different things that were gross things.
Yes,
and
but I think you liked most of
I
them.
still decided that gravy makes most foods better, even though I think I had gravy on top of Lucky Charms and
ice cream, I think.
I had it on, and I actually still stand by my statement. But that's the thing around here: we don't talk is cheap. And we make each other step
love
up.
cheap.
When Allie claimed many years ago, I know more about the news than anyone because all I do all day is read stories for the ADD News, we said, well, prove it. She goes, I'll prove it. And then we made her put her money up. So that's what we're doing right now. And by the way, so many great new theme songs about it because yesterday Allie released her panty haul video. And now you've inspired the masses for new theme songs for Allie Knows the News. And they're all about your underwear.
Her panty haul video getting all of the views. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. He's such a bad boy.
Thank you. Wow, that's a throwback. Then there's this one that is a little bit less positive.
Her panty haul video was received with mixed reviews. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. Ba-dum-ba-da-ba-da-ba. It's not what I sound like.
All right, if you'd like to leave a theme song, you can always use the GOAT line. That number is 844-956-GOAT.
By the way, people are wanting the links to those Amazon underwear because some people are genuinely interested in how they fit and are interested in buying them. So I've done my job.
How many views does that panty haul video have in less than 24 hours? It was doing great yesterday.
I don't know the current tally, but I think it's one of the most successful shorts that we've put up on KROQ's page.
Great. Yeah, Allie was all bragging yesterday. She's like, hey, Klein, that video of your kids, guess what? My panty haul video just did better than your kids. I go, great.
I want to surpass your kids on YouTube and Jerry on Instagram.
Hey, let me say hi to, is this Marlene?
Yes, it is. Hi, Klein.
Hi,
Allie.
Hi, good morning. Have you been paying attention to the world at all?
Yes, I have.
All right, great. I hope Allie pays you $100 of her money. Let's go ahead and send her out of the KROQ studios. Once she is officially sequestered, your round can begin. 5 questions. Everyone's welcome to play along, and let's see how you would have done. Marlene is on the hot seat with $100 up for grabs, and your round of Allie Knows the News starts right now.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, a flight from Los Angeles to Mexico almost pulled the old, we're turning around and going back to L.A. because one passenger was doing what on the plane, forcing the pilot to threaten everyone that we would turn around and go back home.
He was defecating.
Defecating. Go to question number 2. KFC is bringing back this food combo to their menu for the first time in over 5 years. This food combo is coming back to KFC for the first time in over 5 years. What is it?
I think it is the mini chicken sandwich.
Question number 3. There's a new exhibit at Warner Brothers Studio Tour that focuses on this superhero.
Warner Brothers, Fantastic Four.
Question number 4. This country just elected a brand new prime minister.
Canada?
And finally, this popular SoCal outdoor mall has proposed public drinking, which I thought was happening there anyway, but apparently it's been illegal. So now they're trying to make it legal. Where could you potentially be drinking in public and outside in the near future?
Outdoor mall, it would be the Grove? I don't know.
All right. Good guess. Let's bring Allie and we'll score it together. Someone wants you to be able to drink while you walk around outside because they want to drum up some business. Allie's coming back into the KROQ studios. How do you think you did as Allie saunters back in here? All right. I guess that answers that. Not very well. Allie, here we go. Don't say anything. Allie's back in. Question number 1. We'll score it together. Question 1. Allie.
Yeah.
A flight from Los Angeles to Mexico almost turned around after the pilot threatened, I will turn this plane around because one of the passengers on the plane was doing what?
Oh, I think they got naked and pooped in the aisle.
Oh, it's interesting. That actually did happen on a different flight. That was on a Southwest flight, but the pilot did not threaten to turn around the plane for that. This particular flight, the pilot was upset because someone was vaping on the flight and got on the PA system and said, if we don't stop that vaping, I will turn this thing around and we will go back to L.A. So that is not correct. And also, it's funny because she also guessed defecation was her guess as well.
I
not
think
correct.
That's a technical because there are multiple plane stories this morning.
Yeah, but that pilot, I don't think threatened to go. I think he said, we're just going to keep going. This is Southwest. I don't think he said we're turning around. Question number 2. No one gets the point. KFC is bringing back this food combo to their menu for the first time in 5 years. Combo back to the menu, first time 5 years.
The $5 footlong.
That is not a KFC. What a terrible, terrible guess. She guessed the mini chicken sandwiches. Guys, the greatest combination of food that ever was and ever will be. Chicken and waffles.
Oh.
Chicken and waffles. Move over.
I
Roscoe's.
don't remember ever them happening.
I don't remember them happening either. I don't know how I missed that, but I was very excited.
But it's big news that it's back.
Number one thing in my feed, guys. Question number 3. No one gets the point there. There's a new exhibit at Warner Brothers Studios that focuses on this superhero.
Deadpool? Oh, is that the wrong company?
Yeah.
She guessed Fantastic Four. Also wrong. Superman. Classic. He's getting his own
that's
exhibit.
right. He's the one guy.
Go to question. He's the one guy. Go to question 4. No one has gotten a point yet in this round of Allie Knows the News. And question 4 is this country just elected a new prime minister?
Canada.
That is correct, and she got that as well. Tied up 1-1 with one question left. This is where it gets exciting. This popular SoCal outdoor mall has just proposed public drinking. They would like you to be able to drink while you walk around outside and shop. Where is that in Southern California?
The Grove?
She guessed the Grove as well. Also incorrect.
Well, what about the one in Sherman Oaks, the Galleria?
That is not even really
Americana?
a mall. No, all good guesses. 3rd Street, Santa Monica, the 3rd Street Promenade, where I think pretty much that's turned into a homeless drinking establishment anyway. But they're saying they would like to reinvent that whole area by making sure that you can just drink. Because they got like
Is
a
that
bar.
considered an
They have a lot of
outdoor
bars
mall?
there, right?
Yeah, there's like a Barney's Beanery there.
Right.
There are a lot of bars, but the problem is as soon as you want to go outside, so they're hoping people will get drunk and then walk in and spend some money at one of those other stores there.
I think when the street has those little like cobblestone things instead of real road, you can drink.
You should drink.
That
If
should
you're
be the
already going to
rule.
walk all out of balance, you should be.
And urinate on a tree.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well said. Well,
What happened?
it's a total tie. I will give one tiebreaker question. Whoever can answer this first correctly will get the money. A movie based on this epic 80s cop show is in the works.
Oh, Miami Vice.
That is correct, Allie, for the win.
Suck it, Marion.
Marianne, thank you for calling and thank you for playing at what must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ as Allie puts $100 back into her pocket.
Allie knows the news.
We will go with that for now. Tomorrow morning around this time, you'll have another shot at it. The same $100 could be yours.
A worthy opponent.
With inflation, that $100 will be worth a little less tomorrow, so win it before it's worth nothing. Lots to get into this morning. As we mentioned, big announcement, surprise announcement, 9 a.m. Something you'll want to hear about and then get into. We will get you into that. Also going to get you some tickets to Marvel's Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolt.
A pre-advanced screening of that movie. We'll tell you how to win those next. else's wedding. You definitely don't want to be the person responsible for ruining your own wedding. Allie claims that she may have ruined the wedding that she attended over the weekend.
Well, I don't think I necessarily ruined the wedding as much as I ruined the dress.
The bride's dress?
Wow.
You ruined
What did you do?
By the way,
The dress.
if you ruin the dress at a wedding, you have ruined the wedding. The amount of importance that is put on the...
It's not that important.
It all depends on what part, because what's that long part of the dress called?
The train.
That always gets messed. I've seen that get messed up time and time again.
So the bride did have a long train, and she...
Did? Why are you speaking about it like
It's a lot shorter now. So I didn't know these people, right? It was a friend.
Oh, no.
It was a
Hey,
family friend.
That's real bad, though. If you don't even know this lady, and you're messing up.
This was literally before I even met her. This happened.
Oh,
so
my God, Allie. You can't leave your house undecided. I don't even know what happened.
I kind of agree with you.
But we had a whole conversation on the air about should you even go to this wedding. This was that wedding where your option was you go to the wedding with the wife, or you stay home and she goes by herself, because technically she was invited.
It was a family friend of her family.
Right, but you guys were such a last-minute invite. You were the invite, clearly you were table fillers.
Oh, once we got there, it was very clear to me that the mom of the bride forced the bride to invite us.
Right, and you're one of those invites where the people are going, we'll send it, but we hope they just regret and send a present. And Allie's like, I'll show you regret. She shows up. That's the ultimate regret.
We show up, and the wedding happens. The ceremony is very nice, and then it's time for... we had the cocktail hour. I had a few drinks. I'm trying to at least just be a good wedding guest, right? And we did end up bringing our kid, which was a smart move, because this is what they had at the wedding that I've never seen before. A woman introduces herself and says, "Hello, I am the babysitter."
Oh, daycare, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought she was joking. I was like, that's so funny. Anyway, you're great with kids. She was like, no, I've got crafts over here in the corner.
Smart.
And I've got 10 kids that I'm watching tonight, so bring them on over. It was amazing. So we did have some time to actually dance and enjoy ourselves.
Did you vet this person? Are you
Nope.
sure it wasn't just some rando?
No, she said, she was very attractive.
Oh, okay.
And
She had a big van.
Katie started talking to her, and they bonded over the fact that both of them are therapists.
I'm the babysitter. I've got a hotel room right there.
Hi, my name is Eugene. I'm the babysitter.
Wow, what a great side hustle if you're a real perv, huh? Just show up at weddings, claim you're the
It's
babysitter.
a totally different Wedding Crashers movie.
Totally different.
Parents are so desperate. Yeah, here you go.
Here you go.
I
Take
know, I
it.
was like,
Great.
see ya.
See you in 4 hours.
Anyway, Katie left with her number. But anyway, I was over on the dance floor, and they're playing... Omar, it was all the traditional stuff. It was like Uptown
stuff I don't
Funk.
play?
Yes,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
all like...
We Are a Family celebration.
Yep. It was all that. I think they
terrible.
played YMCA early on.
God.
God.
And I was trying because I really wanted to be a good wedding guest, because I knew I was a pity invite, and I knew I was just a +1 and nobody cared about me.
Well, why can't you just drown out in the back? Why can't you just be background noise?
Because at the very least, I can be fun. Right, Omar? I'm good on the dance floor. You've been at a wedding where I was a guest.
She does turn up. Yeah, it is fun to watch Allie. And then she does get people involved. And yeah, Allie is a good time on the dance floor.
But if you're an unknown, if you are an unknown to most of the people there, which
does
you
look
are,
a little strange,
you
yeah.
don't need to be the person turning up
Omar.
on the dance floor.
Well,
You need to be the background.
it's a
because-
stranger going, wow!
Right.
Like, and people are like, who the hell is that
Right.
drunk
Who-
stranger on
who
the
brought
dance
her-
floor?
Right, exactly.
I did go up to a group at one point, and I was like, I'm going to dance with you guys. And they all turned their back.
Yeah.
At one point, I was dancing with the wedding coordinator, and she had a clipboard in her hand, and she was like, that's right, I see you. I was like, woo!
Oh, man.
So, but I was trying to dance to music that I wasn't very passionate about, just because I was trying to keep the energy level up.
How
Finally,
many other people were on the dance floor?
there was a group of older women that were loving every song.
Okay.
And then there was like a few younger drunk people, and
Okay.
the bride. And her husband, new husband. So then, finally, "Hot to Go" by Chappell Roan comes on. I'm like, finally a jam I can really dance to and really let
don't
loose.
you play it, Omar. Don't play any of me singing Chapel Roan. We don't need it now for the story.
So I finally start doing some of my signature moves. Some of the ones.
What are those?
Well, I don't need to do them for you.
What
because
is
you
your
have to be
signature
there.
move?
They got names.
Well, no, I do this thing where I kind of like go back, like, and like I do a body roll because it says
Some
body
of those moves
roll.
in the panty hall video?
Yes, Omar.
Oh,
Some
man.
of those
Allie's
maybe made an
Allie's
appearance.
got 3 moves. It's White Lady Seizure. It's
like
what?
This is White Lady Caesar.
Yeah, there's Allie's White Lady. I see Allie do White Lady Seizure a lot.
And then sometimes I do the back.
Yeah.
And then the back.
And-
But this one said, in the lyrics, it says body roll. So I step back to do a body roll, and then I hear a shriek, and it is the women around the bride going, ah! Because I have dug my heel into the bride's dress and apparently dragged the bottom of the dress across the dance floor and created a giant tear and it was bustled. So the train had been up and bustled, but I guess it hadn't been bustled enough. And I happened to step on the one part that was dangling, and I happened to tear the dress. Fixable, but I felt bad because I was like, by the way, my name's Allie.
Nice to meet
Now,
you.
two
Nice to
different
meet
brides. Brides that were lose their S, and then brides that were like, dude, don't worry about it. It's all good. And what kind of bride was this one?
She was a don't worry about it, it's all good to me, and then my day is ruined to everybody else.
There you go. Well, Allie's available if you have any weddings coming up and you'd like someone to do the White Lady Seizure on the dance floor and ruin your dress.
You can take me high to go. This is my third one.
She can seize right in
And
that
a snap,
cake,
and
ruin
a
that
double
cake as
snap.
well. Man, that is
Ooh, it's okay. I had a couple spicy margaritas and all was forgotten.
too much confidence. You have too much confidence.
And now I'm a little worried about the number that Katie got because I don't think she wants her to be a babysitter.
I believe that. Another successful night for
and
you.
body roll. Body roll.
Quick break. Back in a moment. Want to go to an advanced screening of Thunderbolts? You'll be listening for the clip from the movie that sounds like this.
Thunderbolt and Lily very, very frightened me.
When you hear us play that at some random time this morning, call us up and we get you into that movie before anyone else. Quick break. Back with more show next.
KROQ.
Klein.
Alley Show. The world famous KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
If you... For years, we've said that Postmaster Johnny is the Riz Master. He's got charisma. He's good with the ladies. He gets hit on quite a bit. And even people that work here in the building will violate any sort of HR code just to hit on Johnny for a chance to potentially get in the pants of that Postmaster Johnny.
And all the horny sales ladies love to dress him up.
They love
for the
it.
holidays. Did you see that Elf on a Shelf video that they did?
No.
Oh, man. It is a doozy. It's Johnny in a little elf costume.
It does seem like every time we need to do anything, one of the horny salespeople is like, let's get Johnny in a Speedo.
Come on, put on these...
They always have an idea of getting...
always him in
Put these
tight clothing.
pasties on.
Yeah, it's really wild. They're like, here's an idea. We're like, what does that have to do with selling solar panels? They're like, don't worry about it. Get him in a Speedo. We're like, what? Okay.
But maybe they'll be asking me now.
Allie claims that she's stolen the title of Rizmaster and that, once again, the last 2 times you have claimed that you have been hit on. Both times we've found many holes in your story. The first time you claimed at Trader Joe's they were hitting on you.
They were hitting on me. And then there was another sandwich place.
Get into your news here on KROQ this morning. First check of the official ADD news. Then we get into a complete brand new hour of the show. Oh, it's going to be a good hour for you. We got lots to give you as well, including but not limited to tickets to Royal Otis, sold out show at the Troubadour on May 5th. We'll make that happen for you. Advanced screening of Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. And then the big announcement at 9 o'clock, something that has not been announced. We will give you the announcement and then get you in at 9 a.m. sharp. Allie, before the news, I want you to give you some confidence, because I know you hear a lot of songs making fun of you and a lot of things about you. And
where do we begin?
It's just too many things to list. But this guy has now been converted. After watching the Panty Haul video, we are over 100,000 subscribers on KROQ's YouTube. Allie's gift to you all was a Panty Haul video, Omar's favorite genre video.
Which I did not suggest this as a big present for everybody.
No, we did. And
okay.
Because it was granny panties, we thought it was funny, and no one's doing anything like that because most people are trying to make their Panty Haul video sexy, but not you. This guy wants everyone to know that you have now changed in his mind forever.
Yo, sweet dibs, this message is for Allison Johnson. Damn, Allie, what are you doing, man? Oh my goodness, jeez. Me and my coworkers were driving all day, and we used to joke saying that, like, Vanessa, Megan, Nicole, that's the hat trick. That's the win-place show. Allie, she's like the empty net goal.
Okay, well, it's a hockey reference, but he's saying that of all of the women...
I don't think this is a compliment.
No, it gets to a compliment. He's saying you were not even considered anywhere in the top 3 of the females that work here at KROQ.
Where is the compliment?
It's getting
You're as big as a goal.
Yeah.
You know what? After seeing that blue booby x-ray pic and your sweaty gym selfies and now this granny panty haul video, I gotta say, you know how many times I can score on an empty net? A lot. Looking good, Allie. You 10, girl. Sweet knockers.
So there you go. A compliment coming in. I mean, it was buried under a lot of insults, but there's a compliment there somewhere.
Deeply buried.
So that guy says you're no longer just the empty net goal here at KROQ. Let's get into your news now, and then a brand new hour can officially begin.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, traffic might be a little lighter today, and not for a great reason. 55,000 people are not going to work today because they are striking. And the catch is that they're all city workers, so this could affect you, I guess, if you take city transportation. And it will affect you if you interact with social workers on a regular basis or use the city's health care. Most importantly, this will affect you if you plan to visit a library today.
Oh, thank God I'm safe. Oh. I was so upset for a second.
I know, sorry. This is, as always, a strike to fight for better pay. This also was a planned strike. They promised not to disrupt police or first responder services, so it's a very nice strike. I even got a courtesy email from LA Public Library that I likely will not be able to visit the library today or tomorrow, which ruins all of my plans. I actually did go to the library recently because my mom got my kid a library card. She thinks it's, like, cute and fun for us to go to the library.
Yeah, kids think that's cool.
It is cool for the kids, yeah, especially just because, as a cheapo, I don't want to buy a book and then have him read it once or twice and not care about it anymore. It's great to just get some free books, read them once or twice, and bring them back.
Yes.
But when I'm there, I am the only person there 100% of the time.
Yo, there's no one else even at the library.
Nobody.
Every once in a while you have like a homeless guy washing himself in the bathroom.
No, the one by my house, there's nobody there. And then there's like one bathroom that needs a key. And I was like, hey, can we get somebody to open up the bathroom? And they had to go on an intercom and be like, we need some help up here. And some lady came out of a door that I didn't even know existed and looked like she had been there 4 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people
what
there.
do you need?
Right.
I was like, whoa, yeah.
It was like a librarian from the 1800s.
Yes,
still
she
there.
had the glasses with the chain and everything and a turtleneck.
Throwback.
Oh, my God. It was actually very nostalgic.
There are some people there that are using internet that for some reason don't use internet, don't steal it from, Starbucks or whatever else, don't have it at home.
And then there's the occasional student doing like a project or something.
Occasionally, but for the most part,
you can do all that online.
Yeah, it's a real interesting mix of people if you ever do spend some time at the library. But don't do it today because you can't get in.
Yeah, you can't get in today or tomorrow, I believe. All right, the Ice Bucket Challenge might be back, though none of us asked for it. But there is another trend that is taking off across the country. Just going to give you a little preview. This is what the challenge sounds like. So that's, as always, these trends are inconvenient, messy, fun for students, usually annoying for parents. That's
that was
how you know it's
watching,
good.
That was someone watching Allie's pantyhole video for the first time.
This is the first view. No, what is the game called?
It's called Senior Assassin. Teenagers ambush their unsuspecting classmates with water pistols. This is a fake proposal. I learned when I hung out with these seniors in Pennsylvania, it's a competitive event.
Oh, man.
He really went undercover for this one.
Sure did.
So apparently this is something that's gotten so big nationally that they're starting to have to issue warnings because a student was shot for reals in the arm by a neighbor that thought they were an actual shooter.
Man.
Because a lot of them some of these water pistols are really realistic looking, and if they are camouflaging themselves or hiding in a certain location within the neighborhood to try and ambush another student, then it can, if the neighbor is not aware of what's going on, they just are going to defend themselves maybe. But the thing is, it's a competition, an elimination competition.
The last senior standing gets everyone's entry fee.
The pot is at $1,720.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's pretty cool. They all put money in, and then whoever's the last person standing gets $1,700. But they've issued these rules saying you can't have any realistic weapons, you can't trespass on other people's property, you have to avoid hiding in the dark or secluded areas, and if you're approached by law enforcement, you cannot run or hide. You have to just put your hands up and be as visible as possible.
I think it's great. I'd love to play that game with the kids.
I know. All right, some childhood memorabilia is going up for auction. How much would you pay for nostalgia? I'm talking about Pee-wee's Big Adventure bike. The bike from the Big Adventure is going to go up for auction. And Pee-wee Herman once said that he wouldn't sell his bike for $100 million trillion billion dollars, but at least one version of it is now up for auction, and they
Was it used in the movie, or was it one of those extra bikes they made?
Yeah, no, this bike was used in several moments in the movie, including the moment where Pee-wee crashes into a curb and is thrown onto the lawn, where he pops up and claims he was meant to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he also rode this bike when he swung across the lake on a vine, Tarzan style.
Okay, $7 million. If it's that bike.
They think that the bike is expected to sell for somewhere between $30,000 and $60,000, which seems very low.
It'll go for more than that, because all you need is all you really need is two big diehard Pee-wee fans that have some serious coin, and they will just they'll spare no expense, because that's the memorabilia you want.
It's definitely going to be a guy, right?
It's got to be a guy.
And it's going to be a guy whose wife is pissed.
Or a guy that
he
has
spent money
no
on that.
wife, if you know what I'm saying, Ellie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. All right, well,
No,
we get
you
in.
are, but what am I?
All right, calm down. Congratulations on the sale of your bicycle, even though you're dead now, which is very sad for us all. Brand new hour of the show. Yeah, thank you, Pee-wee. I think you're funny, too. We get into a brand new hour of the show next right here, KROQ. Good morning.
KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning, just after 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. We are Klein Alley Show on KROQ. If you need us, remember these numbers. They can score you all sorts of great prizes today. Tickets to sold out Royal Otis, or advanced screening of Marvel Thunderbolts, or potentially the big announcement at 9 o'clock, and we get you in after we make the announcement. The numbers to call and text, 800-520-1067. My name's Klein. That is Allie.
Morning.
DJ Omar Khan right there,
Hey.
the audio sniper. You got Jake Z Nerd.
What's that?
Fresh off of his Tinder date from yesterday. In fact, Jake has an interesting approach to dating now, which is something that I don't think a lot of people are doing in the year 2025. But he is deciding that this is going to be his new place to go to try to meet people because he's no longer paying for his very fancy Tinder Platinum account.
But he's gotten a taste, and he wants to continue his streak of 0.
Got a taste yesterday of the good stuff, he claims, and we'll get into that at some point this morning as well.
He got very clearly friend-zoned.
Postmaster Johnny is in the back taking the calls. 800-520-1067, and Vanessa back from her cruise. So we are reunited again, all back together. It's great to have you with us on KROQ. And we will unload some goats from that goat line, messages, comments, critiques, and criticisms. And there's a lot of heat and anger there, which we will unload together after Nirvana on KROQ. Good morning. show. This is a great escape every single morning, and maybe you're using us for prizes, and we're okay with that. Or maybe you just have things you'd like to vent about, and that's why we've got the GOAT line. It's like therapy for free. 844-956-GOAT. And at least once a week, Allie, we make it our mission to unload GOAT together and listen to some of the complaints and critiques and criticisms and occasionally compliments about the show. These ones are themed, and it's not going to be a good week for Postmaster Johnny. The way it works around here is sometimes you're the villain, sometimes you're the good guy. Occasionally, there's a shift that happens, and for some reason this
Still
week...
waiting for that shift.
Well, we're waiting on the shift, but people were very upset, and I forget the way the show started. I guess it was Friday. Friday's show started very aggressive, anti-Johnny.
Yeah, why does Johnny feel like the world revolves around him? I mean, let's be honest. What does he really do besides post you guys' post on Instagram? I mean, let's be honest, man. This guy is full of himself. He feels like the show revolves around him. He's probably mad that his name is not in the show. He probably thinks it should be the Johnny show. I mean, come on. This dude has got to go. Klein, what the hell did you see in this dude besides him being tall and you wanted to groom a young boy?
Whoa. I don't like this narrative.
Let him continue.
That I'm trying to groom a young boy.
You've successfully groomed
You
this
should have
young
just
boy.
left his ass in the freaking golf course, man. I mean, come on.
All right, I don't think that's the answer. And as much as Omar would like everyone to believe that I just go around grooming young boys to work in radio, that is not...
I'm looking for the clip. I can't find it.
I know you're looking for the clip. I know you.
I groomed a young boy. There you go.
I hear you back there
Thank
looking
you.
for it. It's totally unacceptable. Now, meanwhile, some people are much more heated than that guy, but they still, Johnny is like loved by some and hated by others. I can't figure out what it is about that guy. Real yin yang.
Yo, podcast listener here. I'm starting to this episode, and my gosh, man, if you guys aren't gonna get rid of freaking Johnny, at least don't give him a freaking mic, man. Like, he's always pissing somebody off, man. And I'm on freaking Omar's side. This guy's a complete freaking douchebag. Freaking dick, whatever other D word you guys want to call him. Like, if you guys are gonna not fire this dude, at least take away his freaking mic, because he just gets me in a bad mood, man. All right, bye. Love you, the rest of you guys.
That's so funny when
I
it
love
ends.
the rest
so
of
much
you.
anger. And by the way, Johnny doesn't have his own mic. It's Vanessa's mic. Johnny gets to use it occasionally when he
has to walk over
he has
to
to
her
walk
mic,
over.
yeah.
He has asked for his own mic, and we have rejected that request a few times, but he shares a mic with Vanessa. Then there's this one, Allie.
This was the best day ever. Johnny finally got he deserves. Got to tell you guys, I'm clinically depressed most of the time. And when I started listening to you guys,
It got worse. I hope she doesn't say that. I hope we were the...
And when I started listening to you guys were so wonderful. I've been on your show so many times, and then I quit listening because of Johnny's, because of the things that he said and did, and it was terrible.
See, people, I don't know what it is. He rubs certain people the really wrong way.
Well, do you think that in a way, I think this is where the generation wars stem from?
Of course.
A lot of this is related to an age gap.
Yeah.
Where Johnny's generation has a different mentality, different values than people that are in millennial and Gen X groups.
And there's an oil vinegar thing. They just cannot seem to mix.
Yeah.
Klein, I wish that we could take back that moment where you could have been there in that picture.
See, she's still bringing up the fact
Legends only, dude.
where I was on my way here for the memorial for Jed the Fish, and Johnny told me, turn around, Legends only, in the picture. And then I look at the picture, and it's
A bunch of legends and Johnny.
It's all legends from the history of KROQ, and then Johnny's right in front wearing his tank top, showing off his guns.
And that bothered you, and you're usually a big Johnny defender.
I am, but there's no bigger Johnny defender on the planet than me. And in this particular case,
You and his mom, I think, are his biggest defenders.
And I would like to meet Johnny's mom and hang out with her and see where it goes, you know?
That is killing me, actually. And then Omar, thank God you finally said something. This is great. So I'm back listening live, but again, I can't call into the show for whatever reason. Okay, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone, and sweet divots. Love you all.
Now, this guy is the angriest of the bunch. We saved the best for last. And there's 100 calls I'm not even going to have time to play
Well, and
right
there's
now.
a lot of theories on our YouTube live stream. A lot of people were kicking around the theory that Johnny had been fired because he wasn't on the show yesterday.
Oh, well, listen, this is a YouTuber who's got a comment as well, and a new nickname I was unaware of.
Hey guys, just listening to the podcast, and please tell me it ain't true. Is Johnny gonna get fired finally? Please, dear God, fire him. He's such a double dick douchebag. Anyways, have a good weekend. And Johnny, or as we call him in the chat room, Vajanya.
Vajanya. I did not know that was a name, apparently. They're very clever with the nickname. So Johnny will have an opportunity to defend himself.
Who?
Vajanya will have an opportunity to defend himself. I had a nice chat with Johnny yesterday, and he thinks that a lot of this hate is ill-intended.
Warranted?
Is not warranted, ill-intended. And his intentions...
Okay, Klein, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Allie.
He will have a chance to speak for himself at some point. I don't know. He's working on a written apology, I believe.
Is that
I
true?
doubt that.
Johnny, true or false? You're working on a written apology? I don't want to put words in your mouth. Is he giving us the silent treatment now?
He's walking.
Is there a written apology that's in the works?
Sorry, I was eating right now.
Okay, God
I'm
damn
so
it.
glad you care.
God damn it, Vajanya. I'm trying, man.
Dude,
I'm
seriously.
trying.
Klein, why do you continue to try is the thing.
Because I think that he is...
Because you don't want to admit you made the wrong choice from the beginning.
Johnny, are you working on a written apology, yes or no?
Yes, I am.
What are you eating right now?
Dude.
I have Cheerios in my mouth, sorry.
Okay. All right, I stand by the callers.
I can't wait for this apology.
It's going to do it with a mouthful of Cheerios. We're going to take a break.
Breathe through it.
We'll be right back. More show next.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM. KROQ.
Orange County. Yamava Resorting.
All right, it's time for the premiere that the world never asked for, but we're going to give it to you anyway. Allie had the balls, and you can see them in the video, to try on.
Never too old for those.
To try on what was at once Omar's biggest fetish, panty haul videos, all the rage on YouTube. It's models or usually attractive people trying on underwear. They claim it's so that other women can buy good underwear for them, but we're pretty sure it's just a bunch of perverted guys watching it.
Yeah,
Allie
which
said,
I did watch some other panty hauls before I made mine, and it doesn't seem like anyone is doing what I'm doing.
Well, there's a
Usually
reason.
they kind of like sex it up, yeah, or they'll do like lacy underwear or thong underwear. So I haven't clicked on the link either. So
Allie, we're gonna watch.
it with
We're
you
gonna
guys.
watch this for the first time. This is Allie's video. It's on YouTube as well. It is our way of celebrating 100,000 subscribers to KROQ, his YouTube channel, where you can watch our show live every morning. So I'm gonna click on this. Hold on 1 second, and we're gonna listen to this together. If you'd like to be a part of this world premiere, this is Allie doing her first and last ever panty haul. Well, I shouldn't say last ever. Who knows? Maybe it's super successful.
I
Maybe
don't think this is going to be successful.
Maybe this is how
I
you
really don't
become-
know why I've built up to this at all. It's going to be highly disappointing. for
Also,
everyone.
all the penny haul videos get tens of thousands minimum, if not hundreds of thousands of views.
Millions
yeah.
of views.
Yeah,
mostly all just Omar.
because of the quality of the panties.
So whenever you're ready, I'm going to hit play. We're all going to watch this for the first time. This is Allie's panty haul video.
It's on the YouTube Shorts on KROQ's YouTube page if you want to follow along.
All right, so here we go. Whenever you're ready, hit it and go.
I got 3 different brands of granny panties from Amazon. Let's try them on.
First, I started with the H. Pavov high-waist ladies knickers with soft stretch in a 5-pack.
Hold on, pause it. I had to pause it on mine already.
I'm telling you,
They
you
are-
don't want this.
They are so big. I've never seen a bigger pair of underwear in my life.
Why are you lunging?
Because I wanted to show them that you can move around and they won't move.
And karate kicking for any reason? Why the karate kicks?
Just because I was feeling myself.
Okay.
That's
Hold
what
on.
you have to
I'll
do
just spit out my
creative
coffee.
things. You can't just stand there.
Are these underwear for comedy's sake, or are they for real? Like, would someone wear these for real?
No, these are real. They had
For real,
they had
someone wear
comedic
these.
ones that were like, like gag gifts.
These aren't
I
the
didn't buy
comedic
those.
ones?
No,
They're pretty funny.
they're really.
They're
real.
so funny.
Okay, let's keep going.
Was right. These retail for $11.99 on Amazon. No camel toe.
Okay.
Oh, God, they're pulled up so... Wow.
I'm being
Allie.
sexy in them, though.
They
But
are
you see me
snug.
doing a little pout?
I will give you
I was
credit.
doing a pouty face.
You have... I'm telling you,
Outgrossed
this
myself.
this is your new low. It really is. But
I
like,
was thinking that as I was shooting
Oh,
it
there's your
upstairs
tattoo.
while
Hold
my... No.
oh, which you see her tramp stamp?
Okay.
Yeah. It's that weird thing on her belly button.
Okay, it's not
That's
a weird
blob.
thing on my belly. It was something until I got pregnant. Now it is kind of a blob. Let's keep going.
I also really enjoyed the color selection, and you can easily move around without them slipping.
I'm moving around.
Next up was the Petit Wiz's women's underwear 4-pack high-waist cotton gusset Nishamande 4-waist stretch. These are cutting off the circulation just a little bit. Don't know how it's going to hold.
Pause again. Hold on. I need more of that
These I
tequila.
just had.
Let me have that tequila bottle over here. I got to do another shot.
You want another shot?
Where's the bottle? Is it still here? Can I pour this in my eyes, you think? Allie, hold on.
This is what you were being so complimentary of me during the show. I'm like, clearly he hasn't seen this.
I haven't seen the video yet. Now I've seen it for the first time. I mean, I can't believe how much you're really going for it here.
When I lose a bet and I do something, I say I'm going to do it. I really do it.
Yeah, and this is the
I
week.
had to film this while my in-laws were downstairs watching TV.
This is the first swipe left I've seen all day.
Okay, thank you, Jake.
There is, first of all,
My kids saw this video.
people are loving it. I mean,
Bro, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check out that teaser that Ali put up of that panty haul or whatnot.
I mean, people cannot say enough good things about it, Al. You're getting rave reviews.
Yo, just calling to say that Ali's freaking granny panty haul was looking a little bit hot. Like, yo, Ali, you looking a little milfy, girl. What the hell?
You look a little milfy, girl. All right, moving on. We only have about 25 seconds left of
Okay,
this.
so I put on a pair of. Are you at the blue polka dot ones yet?
Hold on. You're still wearing this weird black matching set here.
Oh, okay.
These I just had.
So the blue ones I just had, so I put those on. No.
And finally, for $7.19, Warner's Women's Blissful Benefits Breathable Moisture Wicking Microfiber Briefs. These came in toasted almond, butterscotch, and black. Don't breathe. Right, if you plan on staying in this position all day, these are a great buy. But there was one more option I heard about, and I couldn't post the video without trying. These were a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Get yours at the KROQ shop.
That's not a
Just
thing
kidding, that
anymore.
doesn't exist.
All right.
Bye.
Great video. Wow. What a surprising end to that whole thing. I didn't even see that coming.
It ends in me in a diaper.
Not enough tequila in the world for that one. Allie, well done.
Check it out on the YouTube Shorts.
Worth it for that last shot of you wearing the official KROQ Klein Alley Show rock pants. We're going to get out of here.
Goodbye.
What a
Mwah.
fitting song to wrap up that chat with. This is messy. Sure is. Takeaways next, KROQ. Alley Show. Losing hundreds of thousands of dollars would be terrible, but if it's your company's money and not your money, it's a little less terrible unless you get blamed for the mistake, and then you'll never live that down. Someone in the U.S. military has been accused, the Navy actually, was accused of not properly securing a plane that fell off of an aircraft carrier, and that plane cost $60 million. It's a $60 million jet that fell in overboard off the aircraft carrier, and
that thing's gone.
FA-18E was under a tow when someone from the tow crew lost control of the aircraft, and as a result, it fell into the ocean. That is a mistake that cost, I guess, us, technically, the taxpayers, but $60 million.
Oh, damn it.
And that's a real oopsies at work. And the question we have for you, since probably you didn't cost your company a $60 million mistake, what is the most amount of money you actually cost your company by making an oopsies at the job?
Well, I cost KROQ maybe about $5,000, I want to say.
Ooh, what happened?
What was that?
I was drinking my coffee on the board, and I was trying to sing one of my stupid songs, and I accidentally got a little too into it, and I spilled like half my cup right on the board.
$5,000.
$5,000. They had to replace like 2 or 3 of the pots.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, Klein,
it was not good times for me.
That time that we cost the company thousands of dollars because we got sued.
I did that.
Oh, yeah. What did we get sued for? I forget which time now. We feel
Is
like
this the ping pong thing?
Well,
we've been sued a few times.
I think they just kind of gave some money, but, you know, the whole San Diego thing.
Oh, yeah, there was that. Yeah, that cost.
And then the guy who took that photo
had to get paid as well.
Had to get paid out.
Right. And they had to, I believe, do an entire rebrand of a radio station, which is very expensive.
I think we also made it into the training modules.
Oh, yeah, we're in the training
modules.
modules. Yeah, we made it. Yeah,
it was like this other morning show did this thing, and then anyway, it cost us $15,000. So don't do that.
And we're in the what not to do part of the training module. Isaac, how much money did you cost your company, and what did you do?
So I cost the company $3,000. I took out a pallet of ice cream and left it out for about 15 hours.
Oh, man. Do you work at an ice cream shop or just a really fun company?
A supermarket.
That's for the beer bash. Oh, no.
It's your job was to make sure the ice cream stays in the freezer. It's a pretty important job, and you left it outside 15 hours, ruined the entire pallet.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, how does that happen? Like, did it not say keep frozen on the side of the boxes?
Isaac definitely left. It was only a Friday afternoon. He was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, what happened?
I forgot.
Yeah.
Is that what you told your manager?
Employee of the month right there. Isaac, employee of the month. 818, I forgot to turn the payment software on before leaving for a weekend trip to Arrowhead. Boss said it cost the company at least $100,000 in sales.
Oh, my God.
Now, I don't know why that would be one person's job, but I guess that's a pretty important job if we're going to go full automation.
Why would it ever have an off switch?
Right. That seems like it makes no sense either, but that seems like a bad... See, that's what I would do. I was like, yeah, maybe I didn't turn it on, but
why is that button even there?
But why do you even have that as an option? What's the most amount of money you cost your company? The reason we're asking is because someone accidentally, oopsies, dropped a jet off an aircraft carrier, and it cost $60 million. That's a big mistake.
310 said I worked for the now bankrupt MedMen, and my last month that I worked there, I gave every single customer 25% off. So I single-handedly contributed to their bankruptcy.
If it's your last month there and you already know the company is in shambles, why not just give them all free weed? I told you about that time I was at the airport in Phoenix, and it was that person's last day at Panera, and they were just handing out whatever you walked up to the register with. She goes, just take it. I'm out of here. That was the greatest thing ever. Hey, Anthony on KROQ, how much money did you cost your company? What'd you do?
I cost my company $15,000 once. I used to work for like a credit card company, and there was a chargeback that we thought we recovered, and we wrote it off, but he never actually repaid it, so he walked away with $15,000 from us.
And that was on you? Like that? You were the guy on that case?
Yeah, I was supposed to be monitoring his account, and I guess I missed it.
Yeah, whoopsies.
Yeah, that happened to me when I worked at a Botox clinic. There was a lady who was super shady. She would always pay with like partly cash and all these different credit cards and stuff. And then at one point it came up that she had left. This was weeks later after she had left. There was this unpaid bill for like $3,000, and they were like, what happened? And I was the person that was the checkout person, and I was like, I don't know. This lady pays in all kinds of crazy ways, but I think I paid. I like, had her do all the bills and everything. And then eventually they were like, don't worry, we've decided, and we're not going to make you pay the money back. I was like, oh, wow.
They should have decided.
Good, I'm glad, because I don't have $3,000. I'm broke.
Hey, Brian, how much money did you cost your company? What did you do?
Hey, so I was working for an aerospace company. I was cutting aluminum billets
and I cut the wrong size. So they were going to have to scrap the order, but luckily they were able to use the parts for another project.
What does that cost? What does that technically cost the company? Well, how big is that? How costly is that mistake?
Well, it was $20,000, but we were able to recoup it because we were able to use those parts for another project.
I like how you've got your defense already. But they were able to still use the stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they say measure twice, cut once when you're making airplanes.
Yeah, I caused them to get a little creative.
Hey,
okay?
Paul, what did you cost your company? Paul. And moving on from
And
Paul.
now you've cost us your time.
I just remembered another job I had where I cost them money.
Really?
How much, though? What's the big amount?
Oh, the amount was probably a couple of $1,000s at least. I used to work at Sam S Music in the DJ department, and they had this huge, cool wall of speakers. And me and my friends were like, dude, how loud do you think we could get this going? And we crank it all the way up, and we blew out subs and all kinds of speakers. Like, they didn't have the technology that the speakers have today, so they were easily blown out.
Wow.
I got my old station sued for like $60,000.
818 said I worked at Costco in the meat department and I shut off the cooler to clean the floor at night and I left without turning the cooler back on. I got a call the next morning saying all the veggies and most of the meat had to be disposed because it was too warm and they lost $25,000 worth of meat.
Jesus, that's on you. Jason, what did you do?
Yeah, I was a water well pump installer, and I was installing this VFD cabinet for a 150 horsepower motor, and I dropped the cabinet on a lift. So the cabinet was $80,000, but to replace the cabinet and some of the parts inside, it was $22,000.
Dude, 818 said my company had to pay our customer $1.4 million for a stolen truck due to my incorrect email.
Oh, man. That's one email cost $1.5 million?
That's the best when it's one small thing.
Small
like
mistake.
Like a reply all or a text or
Cost
an email.
$1.5 million to the company. I mean, listen, to drop a jet, U.S. Navy lost $60 million, which for them is dropping the bucket. Doesn't matter. That's how expensive, I guess, an FA-18E is. But you would think if that is your job to make sure that's secured on the aircraft carrier, you want to take that job seriously, because the thing you don't want on you is that in my last job, I did break a $60 million jet by dropping it in the ocean, which is what happened.
Yeah,
And
what's
that's
great
not good.
is some of these stories are like, I worked in a mansion, I dropped a tool on a glass see-through floor and cracked it. It was $10,000, but I still work here.
Hey, Brant?
Yes, good morning.
We're entering the $1 million zone now. What did you do?
Yeah, so I work in a pharmaceutical company, and we added too much of a solution, and the whole lot was trashed.
And how much
About
is
$1
that
million.
typically? $1 million?
It was about $1 million, yeah.
So you were making medicine like Viagra or something like that, and you added the wrong amount of whatever, and you ruined the whole batch.
That's it, yep.
How did you end up adding the wrong batch? The wrong measurement?
It was too much solution, and it was over the amount we needed to add, and it was ended up being trash. It was not a fun call to make.
At least it's not your money. I mean, that's the one benefit, right? It's the company's money. If that's your own money, it's terrible. If it's the company's money, you go, well, that sucks eventually, and it sucks for them. But if you keep your job after it, then I guess no harm, no foul.
I know, like some of these people, they still have the jobs that they screwed up with, which is nice that the employers gave them a second chance. 323, I cost my old job $11,000 because I sideswiped a vehicle while trying to avoid a speeding car when I was in a huge FedEx truck. So that's a delivery driver getting in a pretty bad accident and costing them a giant truck.
Devin, how much money did you cost your company?
About $200,000.
What did you do?
I'm a medic, and I was driving an ambulance, and we have in-house mechanics, and they asked me to pull it up onto the rack, onto the lift, and I didn't pull it up all the way to the right, and then as they were lifting it, it fell off the rack. And destroyed the
Oh
whole
my
box.
God.
Is anyone here a medic? That falls right off the lift, and that was on you. All right, well, there we go. Together, I mean, I wish I could take all of these calls, Allie. Hundreds of thousands here.
323 said, it's not the same, but I cost my boss his marriage. What does that mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now I'm intrigued. Well, think about it. Hey, if you do cost your boss money, just tell them about the story you heard on KROQ. At least I didn't drop your $60 million jet in the ocean. And then all of a sudden, the $100,000 mistake you made doesn't seem so big. It's chili pepper time now on KROQ. Legally, we must. 106.7. K-Rock, we are Klein Alley's show at 9 o'clock this morning. We have a big announcement, something that's happening in Southern California. Has not yet been announced to the public. We will all find out together at 9 a.m. and then immediately get you into it. And trust me when I say you will want to get into it. Before then, we get you into some sold-out Royal Otis happening at the Troubadour. We'll make that happen for you very soon. And keep listening for the sounds of unreleased Thunderbolts from Marvel Studios for your chance to go to an advanced screening of that movie. These are all things we have for you. Bribes, we call them, so you keep listening to this show.
626, this is just one more I cost my company millions story. And this one, according to 626, you can find on Google. I ended up costing the state $1.5 million by accidentally starting a fire at the Pasadena courthouse.
Oh, my God.
I was told to leave a tool cart in a certain room, which was next to a transformer that caused a fire that night. You can find this story on your local news if you look on Google.
It's funny because last week, Allie, if you remember, lit the entire kitchen on fire here at K-Rock while trying to make toast, and then she blamed the toaster for the problem because
who sets that high?
Yeah, right. That was
PTSD.
That was her excuse. And she goes, "Who would set the toaster at the full, burn setting?"
I assume that the person who used the toaster before me knows how to properly toast things and wouldn't turn it all the way to 10.
But that could have been one of those situations where all you got to do is set off a few sprinklers in here, and all this equipment is gonzo. Done.
Yeah. Well,
so that would have been,
when that flood
great.
happened, I'm sure there were some people that didn't secure things properly, and then it probably cost the company a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, the good news is we will make it all worth your while to the tune of tickets, movies, shows, and more. And we start giving you all sorts of cool stuff after this super quick break here on KROQ.
KROQ. World Famous
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ.
106.7 FM.
Mornings on KROQ.
It's time for Where'd You Go? How Far'd You Go? Date Jake and an actual date with someone. All we know is that he met her on Tinder and she's an English teacher. That's all we know. Everything else we will try to figure out together. We'll let you play along. Here we go.
Where'd you go? How far'd you go? Did you guys go play bingo? Where'd you go? How far'd you go? Did you guys take a slow or no?
All right, we'll let some listeners get in with some questions as well. The only questions we cannot ask you are where did you go, how far did you go, but we can ask you anything else about you or this person, and then we will try to figure out where you went and how far you went on the date. The fact that he even told us about it, Allie, makes me think that something good happened, because if it was just a total colossal failure, he may have kept it to himself.
It's funny because Jake he's got a pretty good poker face. If he is like, yeah, I want to date, you're like, oh, what happened? He could be like, I had sex all night.
Right.
Or he could be like, it went horrible.
Right, trunk burger, another trunk burger.
Yeah.
Also, what's funny is that I did a little bit of research right now on Tinder, and Jake had a higher tier than normal Tinder thing. Yeah, because Tinder's free, and then you get a basic version. Then there's Tinder Plus, that's $10. Tinder Gold, that's $15, and he has Tinder Platinum. Whoa. That's $19.
Jake.
Yeah.
It's a Tinder.
Well, I mean, that's 949 says he's Tindering for 2.
they think it's a throuple when they go with Jake, I guess.
That's crazy.
Jake,
Jake's thirsty.
Jake,
huh?
it's funny because
And you still only had 2.
That was the platinum plan.
Yeah.
Jake, that's amazing. Did you know you were paying for the highest tier of Tinder?
No, I didn't.
There's a higher one. It's called Tinder Select, and this is a yearly subscription fee for $500.
Whoa.
Oh no, this one's $500 a month. Yeah.
What? A month?
A
Yeah,
month?
that's what it says. Yeah.
Man.
Dude, people are spending $500 a month on Tinder?
That's crazy. The whole thing is
what
insane.
a waste of money.
I'm sure a lot of those people who are paying for it still don't even remember that. Like Jake remembered that he's still getting charged for it, but he's a platinum. Platinum
I
Jake.
forgot the first week. I had to go and cancel my subscriptions thing.
What? Did you sign up for that because you were really trying to get, find someone to get laid?
Vanessa made it so we could do the AI challenge thing, and then I had it on my phone, and then I was drunk one night. I'm like, I'm going to sign up, and so I could start swiping on people, and then I forgot.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Well, we each get one question. Where'd he go? How far did he go on this date? Allie, would you like to begin?
Yes. Jake, what was the first thing you messaged this person? What did you say?
Are you real?
I don't. I probably just like, hey, how's your week going? I think is what I said.
Hey, how's your week going? Was your opening line?
I think so. After we matched, something like that.
Okay.
All right, Omar, you got a question for Jake the Nerd. We're going to get into where he went, how far he went on this date in a moment.
Yeah, I know a lot about. I mean, we work with the guy. You know what? I hear something that's. What's your landscaping downstairs?
No. The same question you would ask anybody else. You're right.
You got a ball throw action going on. What's going on there?
It's trimmed.
Oh.
It's trimmed? Like how?
Oh.
Like short.
No.
Just short?
Next.
Like a mohawk? Like you got like a little landing strip down there? Or?
No, it's all the same. All short.
Oh, okay. Like how? What's the length? Like a half an inch?
That's enough. A lot of detail. Jesus Christ. I need to write a new question because I also had a ball throw question. So I'll give you mine in a second. Hey, Maria, go ahead. You have one question now. We'll get into where he went, how far he went on the date. But what is your question for Jake the Nerd?
Did he prepare with a trunk burger this time?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I was going to ask something similar. You always have a consolation meal, and I know you're not as hungry anymore now, thanks to Lasara. But did you have a consolation burger last time? I think your first date with Tina, you had a trunk burger, a burger waiting in the trunk for after the date. If it went well or didn't go well, did you have any sort of a consolation meal waiting for after this one?
No, I ate right before.
Oh, you did eat right before. That's a good question.
Ate right before.
Kimberly, you get a question for Jake the Nerd. Go ahead. What is your question?
Ball throw questions are out.
Yeah.
Did you go in a car to the date?
All right, that's a great question. Was there? Did you pick her up in your beat-up car?
No, I did not pick her up in my beat-up car.
Oh, okay, good question. All right, Jake, I'll give you the final question right now. Have you self-pleasured since the date?
No.
It's a good question, Klein.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't.
Were you waiting for a good question?
Yes.
That's basically what we just said.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't. I watched Allie's video.
All right. Oh, that's good.
Thank you so much.
That'll cure you. That'll cure you of your ills, my friend.
I have cured someone of their panty
I
fetish.
believe it. Hey, we're going to check that world premiere of Allie's Panty Haul video coming up in moments. All right, we've learned a little bit about Jake. But now the only questions that matter, which is where'd you go, how far did you go on the date? A real match on Tinder. He's a platinum Tinder man. Who knew? Jake will cut many expenses and lots of things, but not when it comes to his Tinder. He is the second most expensive tier there is.
I think I know exactly what happened.
All right.
So,
what day was this, Jake?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Sunday date.
So here's what I think happened. I think he messaged back and forth with this girl. This girl, he said, was a listener to the show. I don't think that she would have swiped and chatted with Jake if she wasn't already in on Jake. I don't think she would have been like, I'm still deciding.
Right.
You know what
so
I mean?
She thinks she decided sex.
I think that she decided early on that sex was going to happen. But, of course, Jake wants to make everything convenient for him. So he suggested go to a bar within walking distance of where I live. He met her at that bar. They had a few drinks, and then they walked back to his place to watch some stupid movie that no one's heard of. And then during the movie, they started up and had sex.
You ever see Anime in a Shack?
And she's like, sure, I don't know.
Right, I got it.
And then they had sex, and they're going to see each other again.
She wanted the novelty of Jake the Nerd.
I'm sure she wanted to see the Jake Shack.
I agree. There's no chance he left Burbank for the date. The date 100% happened in Burbank, probably within a 3-block radius of where he lives.
At first, I thought he was going to go to that taco place he won't shut up about.
Oh, right.
Because he found a new taco place right down the street from where he lives.
That's what I ate right before.
So I thought he took her there, but I guess he went there beforehand.
Allie, you know what? Knowing Jake, you could have gone there beforehand and during and after. All right, Omar, what's your guess? Jake the Nerd's big Tinder date. Where'd he go?
I think, Allie's absolutely right. She had already made a decision that she was going to go all the way with Jake, so they definitely had sex.
Like she's into oddities.
Yeah. And as far as the date, I think they just, they met somewhere. They went on a hike. I know Jake's a big hiker. I think they just wanted to get to know each other, so they went on a hike somewhere.
Hike.
Yeah.
Interesting. We can hike for a 3-block radius around this taco truck. I'm going to let Maria play along with us because she asked a question. Maria, where did he go? How far did he go on the date? You're a woman. Maybe you give a different opinion.
I'm a woman, too.
Shut up, sir. Go ahead, Maria.
I think that he took her to that bar that he always frequents, and he took Kibby, and I think that they did go all the way.
Also, 3 guesses for all the way.
Yeah, I think so.
Platinum Jake.
Also because Jake would be like, so what are we doing here? You know, he would be like, if we're going to do this, let's do it.
Kimberly, you got to ask a question as well. I'll let you take a guess. Where'd he go? How far did he go on the date?
I think he went to the same place, the bar that they said probably had 2 or 3 shots, and got a little tipsy, maybe had another buzzball at his place, and then went all the way.
310 has an interesting guess on the text line. I'm going to guess that she went to second base with Jake's boobs, which is a great guess.
Motorboat?
That she felt Jake up for a change.
Cool.
All right, Jake, listen, I think it's very clear.
And with all this, we are very happy for you if you did get laid.
He didn't get laid. I'm pretty confident about that. He did have a pep in his step today, but I think it's just because he keeps losing all that weight.
Right, natural pep.
Yeah, I think that it did involve a park with his dog, because he probably had to go to the park anyway for his dog. Jake doesn't prioritize the dates, as you know. So it was, I'm going to take the dog out to the park if you want to come meet Kibby. They were at a park.
I don't think his dog can walk anymore, though.
Oh, yeah, she's all atrophied out because he just carries her around, lugs her around that cleave.
I think.
So I'm going to say, I still think that it was a park date.
Okay.
It was definitely a free date. You ate before, so you didn't offer to buy her any food at all. And then after walking in the park, I think you said something like, you want to just come back to my place. She probably wanted to see the Jake Shack to see if it was anything like we talk about on the radio.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was, I'm trying to think, did she feel... I don't think there was hooking up at all. I think it was like a friendship thing, and she's probably also asking for a refund from Tinder.
You know, apparently there are hints on Jake's Instagram story. Was this the woman who was dancing on Jake's IG story? If any of us followed him on Instagram, that would have been helpful information.
Seems a little... I don't think I follow Jake. That seems a little premature to be posting the person you went on one date with already.
Look at her, look!
We're Instagram official. I've known her for 11 minutes. Is that the same girl, Jake?
No.
Oh, okay. Whoa,
No,
look
the
at
party
you.
I went to on Saturday night.
You're a real platinum man, making his way around town.
Platinum man.
All right.
Hello, I'm
Jake,
Mr. Platinum.
Are any of us exactly right?
No.
Granny Panty Haul video lighting up YouTube and Instagram as we speak. Thank you for helping us get to the 100,000 subscribers. KROQ's YouTube. You can find us there as we are streaming live every single morning for your visual pleasure. And I don't know if visual pleasure works anymore after that video has dropped. Some people say that they don't like hot underwear modeling dancing alley. They would rather old school alley. And this guy's not sure how he feels.
Hey guys, was just on Instagram and I ran into Allie's panty hole. Please bring back Poogers. Bring back the monster.
This guy says, bring back the monster. Bring back Poogers. You've gotten too sexy now, and we cannot handle that on this show.
Look, Poogers is always deep inside me and will never go away. This is like, when Lady Gaga did all of her like dance stuff and then she went randomly to like jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went back to what she knew she was best at.
Right.
I'm just in my Joanne jazz phase.
Okay, well, good news. Poogers is going nowhere fast. And let's get to your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
We all know robberies aren't uncommon here in Southern California. At this point, I believe everyone has either had their place broken into or knows someone who has had their place broken into. And 99% of the time, it's just an in-and-out, grab what you can and leave situation. But every once in a while, these really scary ones happen. And in Woodland Hills, some new details have come out about this Woodland Hills robbery murder. And it seems to be a robbery gone bad, though they're kind of skeptical that maybe this was a targeted attack. It happened over the weekend, and the first they just found this body of a guy across the street from a school. Then they figured out that his house had been broken into by 3 guys. They held him captive. They beat him up. They stole his stuff, and they left. These 3 people have been arrested, but neighbors, of course, are terrified. And also, they disabled his cameras. He had cameras in his house. I don't know if they were inside or outside or both, but those were disabled. And then some of the neighbors said that there were other robberies in their neighborhood where they wouldn't just take the stuff, they would ransack the house, and in one case they terrorized their dog. So the question is, if somebody was an intruder in your home and it could potentially get violent, what's your weapon of choice? What are you going with to defend yourself and defend your home?
You got the bear mace. You got the random golf club baseball bat under the bed.
No, is that what you have on hand right now, though?
Yeah, you
have on hand right now.
You have easy
all
access to bear mace?
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
I have my mace and I have a knife.
Where?
In my nightstand.
I have a loaded 45.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I technically do have a Glock as well, but the Glock is not in the house right now because my wife doesn't want it in there with the kids.
Where is it?
I'm not going to say where it is, but you're sitting on it. But the reality is, these break-ins are getting out of control. Now, for the most part, the good news is that a lot of these break-ins are people that are using they're looking to go in when there's no one home during the day, and they're not looking to have any altercations, especially these crime rings that are coming in from other countries doing this crime tourism stuff. And we've spoken to quite a few police, at least, in my neighborhood, that's being hit over and over and over again. And they said that for the most part, they just study you. They kind of get a sense of when you pick up the kids at school.
I think in today's, I think the criminals' mentality is changing. They're getting more brazen.
Yes, they are.
And I think they don't give it as much as an F as they used to.
Well,
like before, if there's somebody there, they'd be like, okay, maybe I'll decide to leave. Now I think they're like,
hey,
what
are you going to do about it?
Right.
Yeah, and it's like, big cases like the Golden State Killer. Well, he started out as just a guy who was like a prowler. He would just prowl and he would look in on people. Then sometimes he would go in and like sniff panties or be a weird. And then it was like, oh, let's see what else I can get away with. Let's see what else I can get away with. Before you know it, he's murdering people and he is a well-known serial killer because he was able to do all this stuff. And it did get more brazen because they get a taste for the thrill of it, the risk factor, and they're like, how much farther can I go without getting caught?
Allie's a big fan of peeping. She's like a step one of that whole trajectory.
I leave it at a peep.
And also,
I'm walking by casual peep.
There's that new show now with John Hamm where he's going into all his neighbors' houses and stealing stuff. Like, I think it's called Friends and Neighbors because he lives in like a ritzy neighborhood in like upstate New York or whatever.
Okay.
And he makes it look so fun and sexy. He's just like, oh, my neighbor has nice watches. I'll just go in there and take some watches. And now I think people are like, I want to be like John Hamm.
So you're saying it's John Hamm's fault?
Damn you, John Hamm. It's your fault.
What is the price of mom guilt? It gets higher every year, apparently, and this Mother's Day, the spending is predicted to reach a record high. Consumers will spend an estimated $34.1 billion on Mother's Day gifts and, brunches and things like that, which is up approximately $1 billion from last year. And, of course, as always, the favorite, 74% said they're planning on spending that money on flowers, which I feel like, again, complete sham. And this is something I put on my no-buy list. And as a person who has a mom and as a mom, enough with the flowers. I would rather have anything else. I would rather have a day off. I would rather have somebody come and clean my place. I would rather have so many things than flowers that are going to die in a week, and then they're my problem to dispose of.
Now, we are giving some pretty great stuff away next week for moms. The ultimate gift, the thing you want more than anything else, and we'll be telling you about that. Oh, way better than a blender, dude.
Oh, wait, I love what kind of blender?
It's not a blender. It's way
those
better.
Ninja ones.
It's way
it's a
better.
Good one.
It's
so many settings.
Even better than that.
And then we've talked about the worst bathrooms in the world. I believe Festival Porta Potty won out in that challenge. But what about the best bathroom you have ever had? Once you find a good one, it's easy to get attached. In fact, the Dodgers have installed high-end Japanese toilets in part of a $100 million clubhouse renovation to please their Japanese players that have gotten attached to their specific toilets. Roki Sasaki said that Japanese-style toilets were a factor in his decision to sign with the Dodgers. So if you have a good bathroom situation...
Wait. What's a Japanese-style toilet?
It's like...
What? You don't know?
No. Like the Toto or...
it's like just a built-in bidet.
It has a bidet function. It has a remote control, heated seats, and an automatic lid, among other things.
It's just fancier. But there's nothing like, strange about it. It's like no different than this. It's just got more bells and whistles.
It's got a lot of bells and whistles, but also I think it has... sometimes it'll actually suck the smell out of the toilet as you're
What?
going.
No!
Yeah, and sometimes, Omar, these toilets are built in with different smells. Like you can pump out.
What?
Yeah. Pump out like.
I'm like pooping in the forest, like a forest
whatever you
breeze
want.
smell or something.
Cool.
Oh, at the beach.
Yeah, they're so far ahead. They're like light years ahead of us in the world of toilets. And the funny
Man,
thing,
step it up, America.
The irony of this story is that I think some of the worst public toilets in the world are at Dodger Stadium. The public toilets. So the idea that they have some of the best toilets for the players.
And then the worst
and
bathrooms
the worst
for the
bathrooms
people.
for the fans. It's like, could we just all compromise and do something that's middle ground for everyone? But how great is that if all of a sudden better players are coming to the Dodgers because they're like, you know what? I was deciding between the Dodgers and the Padres, but then I took a dump over at Petco Park.
And it was like I was in the forest.
Yeah, so now I'm going to sign with the Dodgers. So there you have it.
You think we'll attract better fans with better bathrooms?
No. We will still attract the same
I'll
level
still
of fans.
destroy this
I will
thing.
ruin it. Yeah. You want to see me ruin a Japanese toilet?
I'll do
Watch
it.
this.
5
Get into
seconds.
it. Brand new hour of the show next. Sold out tickets for you to see Royal Otis, Troubadour, and advanced screening passes for Thunderbolts. All coming up this hour on KROQ.
Now, 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous
It was swiping was fun.
If you want to meet Vanessa, she's right there. You don't have to be on Tinder, dude. You can just walk. You can just walk.
We are like brother and sister.
No, but she put the Tinder on my phone for the thing.
Oh, that's right. When we were hitting on robots. You know, it's funny that Jake just got friend zoned by the girl he went on the date with, and then he just got "You're my brother" from Vanessa. Both terrible things to hear.
Great batting average, Jake.
Well, he's got a new strategy now. He's gone somewhere else to look for dates. We'll talk about that in a second. And if you've been waiting for an update about my nipple piercing, and I know you have been, because people haven't shut up about it, especially because Allie posted her panty haul video, and people say, oh, Allie loses a bet and get the video up immediately. Why does Klein not have a piece of metal in his nipple?
Great question.
We have
You got to do both now, right?
We have an update.
Yeah.
And we have a professional piercer on the phone we'll say hi to next. Klein Alley's show. It's a question that people keep asking me, and they've asked us over and over again since it came up on the show about a month ago.
Don't think we have forgot about the Pierce nipple. Pierce that nip.
Great.
Pierce that nip.
We got
when
it.
exactly is it going to happen, Klein? Pierce that nip.
Right.
Pierce that nip.
Yeah, we get it. Okay, so as a result of me losing, this goes all the way back to early January. I can't believe we're still talking about this now, entering the month of May almost.
Man, we have really dragged this out.
Sure have.
Well,
the nipple thing, it wasn't because you lost. It's because you reached a goal.
It's because
a great goal
right.
because you did it for charity.
Right, because we raised a certain amount of thousands of dollars for the Special Olympics, and I said if we...
Close to 7, I want to say.
I know,
right?
and I said if we got over 5, I would pierce a nipple, because at the time we only had $100 donated. And I didn't think we'd get to $5,000. So I said that as like a figure of speech. Oh, if we get $5,000, I'll pierce a nipple. And then, by the way, a day before the deadline, we were still nowhere near $5,000. And then Blind Charlie, all of a sudden, apparently is a millionaire.
He changed the game.
And he calls up and he goes, how much are you guys short? $2,300? Great, I'll put it on my credit card. And then a bunch of other people donated, and now here we are. We've raised a lot of money for the Special Olympics. Good for them. Very happy. Meanwhile, I have to pierce a nipple. We wanted to do it in the studio. We had a plan to do it a couple Fridays ago. The lawyers shut it down. And people are not upset. They're upset because they think I'm trying to get out of it. I'm not.
Yo, bitch-ass Klein.
Thank you.
I am disappointed. It's been over a week, and you still have not got your nipple pierced. It's simple. Go to a piercing parlor, get your nipple pierced, have Johnny video it, post it. It's that simple. Quit being a bitch.
Well, we were trying to do something more than just that. That was our last ditch effort. If we couldn't do the live show, then the lawyers were so annoying because they said we cannot do any piercing in the building. The building is not zoned for piercing. So then we said we'll do it in a van outside the building. Couldn't do that. Then we said, how about we just do a live show from the piercing place? We'll bring the whole show. they wouldn't
Can't
do
do
that.
that either.
Wouldn't do that. Shut that down. The
We were
lawyers,
even going to get permits and everything to actually make this happen. That's how dedicated we were.
and we actually looked into getting legitimate permits to make this place a sanctioned piercing something for. And I remember not too long ago, Travis Barker sat in this exact room and got a tattoo while doing an interview on this radio station. And that wasn't a problem. We did tattoos with listeners in here, if you remember.
I know.
But
a woman tattooed a D on her foot.
Yeah, and they didn't know about that, so they claimed that we shouldn't have done that and that we'll get in trouble if we mention that again.
And look, we would have done it anyway, except we also got in trouble for a different thing not that long ago.
Right.
So we were we didn't really have a lot of leverage.
We're on probation currently. Hey, Nathan.
Yes, sir.
You, I believe, were the first of many people that have called. You are a professional piercer / tattoo artist. Is that correct?
Piercer.
Oh, you're just a piercer.
Yeah, I've been piercing for 32 years.
32 years of
San
piercing,
Fernando
and you've
Valley.
pierced some big celebrities, right? I don't know if you're allowed to speak about that, but you've done some. You put holes in a lot of famous people, right?
Yeah, Tommy Lee, Lil Wayne, Jenner girls, Slash got tattooed at our shop.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've offered to pierce my nipple.
Yeah, this is going to be a good time.
Right.
Have you seen his nipple? Klein claims that he has very small nipples, and it's going to be extra hard to actually puncture a hole through
He
there.
says it's not possible.
I think they are unpierceable. My nipple, of all the parts of my body, my nipples are probably the thing I'm the most ashamed of because I don't think they ever developed from the age of 2.
They'll keep growing. Just give it time.
Wow, really?
That's
He's
nice.
just a really late bloomer with his nipples? That's hilarious.
But my question is have you ever encountered, how many nipples would you say, Nathan, you've pierced in your day?
Probably 50,000.
Whoa! Damn. And have you ever had to turn down a nipple?
Nope. So I'm looking forward to this.
Well,
If he can pierce the Jenners, he can pierce you.
can I ask you a serious question about the level of pain? Because most people have said that and I've talked to some guy that was covered in piercings, face, eyeball, everything was pierced. He said nipple.
His eyeballs were pierced?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he did. He said the nipple hurt the most.
Okay,
Is the nipple one of the most painful places to get pierced on the body?
Have you ever slammed your finger in the door?
Yes.
Not quite as bad as that.
Oh, that's not
you're
bad.
fine. Yeah.
Let's do that, too.
And which nipple
But
means
close.
I'm straight? Because I don't want to pierce the wrong nipple where people then all of a sudden think I'm, on Allie's team.
I don't think anybody has any doubts about you, Klein.
Okay, great.
I think the tiny nipples say it all.
Yeah.
And Nathan, there's different gauges of needles that you could use. Could you make sure you use a thick one?
Don't listen to Omar. Shut up, Omar. Omar technically should have lost as well. All right, so and what are we going to do? A barbell? Is that your weapon of choice you're using on me? Or are we going to go with a ring, like a door knocker?
We could do either. I mean, if Omar wants to throw a couple bucks in the tip jar, he can, let's have him choose.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down for that.
Omar gets no. If we get $5,000 raised right now, I will let Omar choose.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm
For
not
no
talking-
reason?
What are you
Just
doing? I
5,000?
take that back. I take that back.
Prince Albert, here we go.
Oh, my God.
No, it's the nipple. We're just doing the and just so I know, is there any numbing? Do you do anything to numb up front, or no? You just go straight in raw dog style.
Yep, no anesthetics.
Great, wonderful. Love
because the people that come in aren't pussies.
And thank you. And finally, well, most of the people of all the
Could you give me numbing cream
of all
for
the
my
50
nipples?
Hey, Allie, of the 50,000 nipples you've pierced, how many of those were consensual piercings? I would imagine all 50,000. Not mine though.
You got yourself in this mess, Klein. I don't know.
All right,
I don't know
great.
what
So
to
here's
say.
the thing. I think we've created a workaround. I think if we stop by your shop, we bring a couple of microphones and a couple of sets of headphones, we could record a Showvertime podcast
Right, which
at
is
the tattoo
unsanctioned.
shop, and we could do the nipple piercing there. Would you be up for that?
100%.
Okay, great.
Let's do it tomorrow. I mean, we're ready.
All right. Well, tomorrow's going to be tough.
Tomorrow's not
What do you
good for
mean?
me because
It's fine.
Tomorrow, I forget.
small nipples?
We have something tomorrow. I forget what it
I
is.
forget. Okay.
we
No,
don't actually have.
I thought we
any.
talked
I gotta
about
get my eye
the
pierced.
I thought we said there's a schedule this week or something. We can't do
There's
it.
a schedule this
Vanessa,
We
week.
have a lot going on this week. Green Day stuff.
Yeah, Vanessa
Green Day's
said.
on Thursday.
Vanessa said the
Rope
best time to
charging.
pierce the nipple was next week.
That's Friday.
It seems like you're trying to duck this a little bit.
I really don't.
The more excuses,
I
you're
don't
just
know.
going to add on piercings.
I don't know if you heard when I had to take my hat off and show my wife that I had bleached my hair, how disappointed she was in me for that. When I go back and show her I have a pierced nipple.
Well, she'll be able to tell through the blood on your shirt.
Okay, great. Then I don't even have to take my shirt off, so it's a win-win. All right. Nathan, hold on.
Tough enough,
what is the name?
Enough to frost your tips. Let's do this.
Thank you. What is the name of your shop that I'll be going to?
Nathan's Tattoos and Piercings on the West San
Hey, I
Fernando.
might get something pierced too while I'm there with you.
What are you going to get pierced? Hopefully your mouth shut.
Whoa.
So what are you going to pierce, Allie?
Yeah, next burn club.
Yeah, I mean, Allie's such an instigator behind the scenes here about this. She's so funny. Off the air, on there. Do it tomorrow, Klein. You were part of the schedule. You said next week. You said next week we're going to do the show over time from the piercing. Now all of a sudden you want to move it to tomorrow. I'm fine moving it to tomorrow if we're going to do it. I just want to get it done with.
Okay.
Get it over with.
No, well, we can do it next week. That's fine. I think I'd get something in my ear. Another ear thing.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe
real
I do
edgy.
that. I'm just while I'm there. I'll get something
a baby
pierced.
at the mall at Claire's?
Oh my God, Ali, yes, get a septum pierce.
Yeah, get my septum done.
Nathan, how much money would we have to raise for us to both get piercings and then get attached together by a chain?
Cool.
Where we could not separate. All right, relax, Nathan.
Let's like $100 or
all right,
something.
Nathan, thank you.
Nathan,
all right, so we will be in touch. You'll be the guy to put the needle through me. And
No, you're going to have one of your interns do it, right, Nathan?
No, Blind Charlie's going to do it.
Well, Blind Charlie's coming because he did make the biggest donation. Are you okay giving a blind man your piercing gun?
Yeah. Let's have him do it. I think that's
great.
a good idea.
I love that.
I
also love that you think everyone's just still using a gun.
I don't know how it works.
That's
Sally.
the girl at Claire's is using a gun. He's a professional.
What are you doing? Explain the process, Nathan.
Yeah, we'll clean your nipple with a surgical scrub, make some markings, pierce you with a sterile single-use needle.
Oh.
We still need to determine the thickness of that.
Well,
So,
thinnest, she said.
You cringed when you said sterilize the nipple.
I didn't like that part. All right, hold on, Nathan. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yes,
thank you. That man's
great
gonna
chatting.
Great chatting as well. That man's going to disfigure me.
Oh,
So he's got that.
You're so dramatic.
We got to take a break. So it's happening. So anyways, everyone should stop yelling pierce the nip at
wonky
me.
boobs is like Allie, dude.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. More show, believe it or not, next.
Klein.
Alley Show. Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM.
KROQ.
Damn, since listening to these songs that were recorded yesterday for Tone Deaf for Coachella, I realize it's just easier to buy tickets. At this point, it's just easier to just go buy tickets, even if you have to pay more than they would be face value. Because to win them from us at KROQ, which of course the incentive for us is you listen, you interact with the show, you leave here with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You're at Coachella, courtesy of your friends here at KROQ, Klein Alley Show. That's great. But after hearing these versions of songs, they are done so badly that the artists that are going to be performing these real songs in the desert at Coachella, this could actually have the power to ruin some of your favorite songs. I'm just warning you.
You think this is ruining a classic song?
I'm that bitch. Yeah, been that bitch. Still that bitch. I will forever be that bitch.
You know, the problem is that Vanessa is not great with tone. I also suffer from the tone deaf, which is why if I'm ever at a concert and you see me there, you'll never see me singing along. I respect the people around me too much to ever try to belt out the lyrics of the songs to compete with the lead singer on stage. When Billy Joe's up there singing Green Day at Coachella, I'm not going to be trying to outsing Billy Joe.
Yeah,
you're just there bobbing your head off beat.
That's right. That's right. Off to the side. No, not in anyone's way. Don't you worry about me. It's time for Tone Deaf for Coachella. Everybody who's able to correctly predict the songs that are being performed by Vanessa or myself, Allie's going to write your name down, and one of you will leave here with actual tickets to Coachella. Unless no one gets theirs right, in which case you'll just be lucky enough to be a caller 20 situation. So here we go. Let's say hi to Kaya from Echo Park. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for being here on KROQ. Thank you for starting your day with us. Let's give you just a sampling. There's a lot of bands, a lot of groups, a lot of artists that will be at Coachella. We've attempted to do our best versions of these songs.
And some of them, to be fair, even though you're tone deaf, they don't even have notes in them. They're just rapping.
Right. So just
and you
don't
still can't really
judge us accordingly. All right. Here's the first one. If you're able to figure out what song this is, or better yet, which artist this is that will be at Coachella.
We need both song and artist.
Song and artist. All right.
sure.
Here we go. Kale, you're up on the clock first. Here we go. My baby want a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries. The list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. Oh, one. That's enough, I think.
one.
That's enough.
That's so much of the song and still so unclear.
That is an artist that will be at Coachella. Any idea who that artist is and what that song is?
Oh my God, Shabuzi.
And the song is called
Bar Song.
Then to the 2, to the 3, to the 4. Tell them, bring another round. We need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table. She don't need a dance floor. Oh good Lord. That sounds the same to me. You got it. Similar.
Not at all.
Very similar. Ain't working.
So
She got it right. Good job.
You know what's crazy is I've heard that song so many times, and I know exactly the part you're singing, and I still couldn't figure it out.
All right, well, I think they sounded the same, right, Kaya?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Thank you. Hold on one second. She's a step closer to Coachella tickets. My baby want a Birkin. All right. Thank you.
A Birkin.
Let's say hi.
Sounds so like perverted.
It's trying to do.
Oh, the guy turned on by a Birkin.
Yeah.
Trying to do country.
So weird.
Jake, good morning. Welcome to Tone Deaf for Coachella. You ready to win your way in?
Good morning. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. If you can identify the song and the artist that will be at Coachella based on a version I've done or Vanessa's done, you could potentially be at Coachella. Here we go.
Change my pitch up. Smash my bitch up. Dude.
I wish we could change her pitch up for sure. Hold on.
We can pitch it down probably.
Change my pitch up. Smash my bitch up. Smash my bitch up. Smash my bitch up. I don't do the instruments.
All right. So
couldn't do the instruments.
Jake, any guesses as to which Coachella artist and what song that is?
Oh, God. That is something I've never heard before.
Yeah,
wow, really?
I know.
Even the lyrics you should get.
I mean, yes, but it's so different from the original that I could understand why that would be tricky. So, Jake, you're going to hang up on yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is what she was attempting to do.
So I got both of my nipples pierced, and I was grooming a dog, and it was super painful already. And I got kind of donkey kicked by him, and he ripped one of my nipples out.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Fun. Thank you for sharing.
It wasn't as painful as you think it was, but it was definitely I have one little Pac-Man nipple and one normal nipple. That's
Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you. Great. Wonderful. Thank you for that.
That's what you have to look forward to, Klein.
That's Sally. A lot of people on the text line letting us know all the things that could possibly go wrong next week when I officially pierce the nip.
Pain, the common denominator.
All right. There's someone on the phone. You're going to want to stick around through this Foo Fighters song. But I am shocked that we're hearing from this person, and I cannot wait to say hi next on KROQ. Guess is on the text line as to who's on the phone. Is it Kevin Ryder, and is he coming back to KROQ? Great guess. Yes, Kevin Ryder is back on KROQ in the afternoons. That's right, the great Kevin Ryder. You spent 30 years waking up with him. Now you can sit in traffic and listen to him every afternoon back on KROQ. And someone else pointing out, if it's not Jake's date, I'm unsubscribing. Well, good news for you, 949. You don't have to unsubscribe. On the phone right now. Jake, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the woman you went on the Tinder date with is on the phone to dispute some of the things you said yesterday on the show.
Great.
Now, this was a Tinder Platinum date you went on. Jake paid a ridiculous amount of money for Tinder and only scored one match out of the whole thing.
$18 a week, right?
$18 a week.
$18.99.
Worth it to say hi. And you met a listener by the name of Catherine. Is that you? Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you for calling, and thank you for going on a pity date with Jake. And when you heard him
Hold
talk...
on, we don't know if it's a pity date
Well,
yet.
when you heard him talk about your date yesterday, I don't know if you heard this. Did you listen yesterday when he was talking about it?
Of course I did.
Okay. And do you feel like you were painted in the proper light or no?
You know, I do. I was excited to hear the T-shirt comment. That was great. That he went home and changed his shirt. He got sweaty playing cards. I thought that was really a nice, sweet touch.
Yeah, chivalry's not dead. When you get sweaty playing Magic the Gathering, you change your shirt before your date.
My lady.
So when
I love that. Yeah.
When
love
you
that-
came
that
across
little
Jake on Tinder, you realized right away, I know that guy, that's the guy from the morning show I listened to, or how did you make the connection?
So I think in his bio, he alluded to radio, and then all his photos, there was KROQ like in the background. And then I asked him, I'm like, "Is this Jake the nerd?" And he said, "Hi, yes, it is." So I confirmed.
Jake, why are you alluding to radio at all in your dating profile?
Yeah, do you not want to date, dude?
Don't
They asked like what my profession is. and
Don't
I put,
say it.
I
Yeah.
put arbiter of audio.
Just put editor.
Jesus Christ.
I'm the arbiter of audio, God damn it.
Say producer / digital influencer like everyone else
Yes,
does in this
just
town.
make it sound like you're not doing this
All right,
job.
so you found out it was Jake the nerd. You guys swiped the same direction on Tinder, and then how quickly before you decided you want to meet him?
Well, he gave me his number because, like, it's accurate. He said he was getting off Tinder. And I don't think he even said why. And he asked me out, and it's nice to like be asked out.
Of course.
I have a free account, and I have a ton of matches. But a lot of people just, they just want to chat or, do whatever. So when someone asked me to go for a drink, I say yes, and he seems like nice and funny, and he was. So,
And were you attracted to him at all physically?
You don't have to laugh right away.
No, that's all right. We're done. That's good. We got it.
Go ahead, Catherine.
I agree with his read that it was more of like a friend vibe, and I was his backup date for Saturday. So he said he asked me out for Saturday. I did have plans. But it was also only if his first plan fell through. So there was that too. Like, I'm the backup for
Jake.
Oh my God. Jake.
Oh, that was because we were trying to go to fish.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Why would you put me over the chance of possibly getting laid, and especially going to see Fish at the Hollywood Bowl? Like, no offense,
Where you have
dude.
zero
Come
chance.
on, dude. We're fish bros.
No, we didn't go. We didn't end up doing that.
But I was waiting to see if we were going to go.
Yeah, but we didn't. Hey, let me ask you a question. Jake said that you guys had a friend vibe. Jake, you would have slept with her in a heartbeat, correct?
I thought we were better friends than lovers.
Catherine, care to comment on that statement?
Yeah. At what point did you decide that? That's my question.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide that?
I don't know exactly when.
What do you mean? Well, you
Did I-
swiped on
did I-
her,
okay,
obviously.
maybe
but
I killed the vibe.
No,
Maybe I
because
killed the vibe.
I think Jake showed up at the date hoping potentially you were going to come back to the Jake Shack. And right, Jake, I mean, at some point, if you're going and changing your shirt, you think there's...
I try to go in with zero expectations, so that way I'm not disappointed.
Right. But when did you go from this is zero chance this is going to end with anything sexual?
I never even try to put that vibe out. I was just feeling the vibe. I was just going with the thing. So we're just having a nice conversation, so I never got that way mentally.
So you're just thinking to yourself, I'm going to meet somebody that's nice. Maybe it'll lead there, maybe it won't.
Sure.
And Catherine, is that your approach as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
neither of you
yeah.
was putting out any kind of a vibe, but if there was a vibe there, would you have been okay with that? Is Jake somebody that you could potentially see yourself dating?
Yeah, if the vibe was there for sure. But I agree with. He read it right, and I feel like I read it right too. I feel like we're on the same page. But I would go out to a concert. He's right about that. I would still hang out.
Did you find yourself staring at Jake's breast during the date, or did you look him in the eyes?
Focus, right?
The shirt thing. So when I learned what card game it was, I looked at the shirt and I'm like, oh, that's a perfect shirt for playing that card game. So I didn't, I didn't know that you had changed at that point. So I'm like, oh, that works. That tracks. So
on a scale of desert to Niagara Falls, how turned on were you when you found out that Jake was playing Magic the Gathering before he met you for a date?
Definitely Joshua Tree.
Okay.
That's a beautiful place.
Now, on a scale of desert to Niagara Falls, how wet was the shirt that he was wearing currently?
Niagara Falls. Okay, well, Catherine, you seem nice. There's no shortage of people on the text line that would like to take you out. I'll say that much. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, and you said you have a lot of matches on Tinder, right? So you're obviously very swipeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jake swiped right on everybody, so I don't really feel like it was so special.
He did
anymore.
swipe.
The flattery just continues.
He did swipe right on every single person.
I'll swipe right on everybody, and if I don't already have plans to see fish, I'll take you out and not put out a vibe.
All right. Well, I think
I'm a romantic.
Maybe it's just maybe you guys need to go out again and see if maybe there is more of a chemistry.
See, I think if any party had put out a vibe, there would be something happening now.
I don't think so. I think she was out right away. Did you even have a moment before you met Jake face to face where you thought maybe I end up hooking up with this guy?
I'm always open. But it's also it's pretty immediate. It's pretty immediately, clear. I don't think I've ever had a time where it's like, oh, I'm not sure yet. It's pretty obvious. But I got to meet Kibby. Kibby's the best.
Yeah.
And are you into nerds in general? Have you dated nerds in the past?
Yeah, I'm all about nerds.
Cool.
Yeah, funny nerds. You are really funny. I like funny nerds.
Can I ask you, not that this matters, but it does, what do you look like? Who do you look like? A celebrity that anyone says you resemble?
Maybe, let's see. This is Mandy Moore.
Oh,
Ooh.
man. Damn, Jake, you blew it, man.
How could you not put out a vibe for Mandy?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I do what I feel.
That makes no sense.
Boy.
I do what I want to feel, which is nothing.
I know. I got no compliments. No compliments.
Oh,
right.
come on, Jake.
Well,
That's all right.
Jake, were you not attracted to her?
She was perfectly pretty. I don't know what do you want from me, man?
That's love.
The vibe wasn't there.
That's flattery.
I get it. Well,
she's perfectly fine.
That's a beautiful greeting. All right,
you're fine. What do you want from me? That's what you're missing.
Beautiful. I was in awe of her beauty.
Catherine,
Until this day.
I hope you don't stop listening to this show because of your date with Jake.
Yeah,
but thank you for going out with him. That was
I love you guys.
That was probably
probably
a tax write-off or something that date. So thank you. Got that going for you. All right. Well, what a fitting song to get into now. Thank you. That is Jake's date from Tinder. Platinum Jake.
I'm just floored every time.
Had a shot.
It, guys.
Had a shot with a Mandy Moore lookalike, and he blew it. Oh,
no vibe.
and lively, very, very frightened me.
Klein Alley Show. Phone's full here. I'm wondering why that is. Let's say hi to Kevin in Baldwin Park. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
Hi. You were calling us for what reason?
For the tickets for Thunderbolt and Lightning.
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt and lively, very, very frightened me.
Yeah, when you hear that yet-to-be-released clip from the movie Thunderbolts Marvel Universe, they've spared every expense on this version, apparently, because that is an actual clip from the movie.
Thunderbolt and lively, very, very frightened me.
Give us a call and we will get you into an advanced screening happening at Vidiots in Eagle Rock this Thursday, hosted by our very own Miles, the DJ. And Kevin, you're in. Hold on, all right?
All right.
Hold on 1 second. Enjoy the pre-advanced screening of Marvel's Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolt.
We got more of those tickets to give you before we get out of here today. Also have sold out Royal Otis tickets for you to go check them out at the Troubadour on May 5th. And in about 15 minutes, a major announcement, an event that is yet to be released to the general public. You will find out all about it, and you'll be the first person to get tickets. I actually think you'll be the first person to get tickets in the entire world to this event, which we'll tell you about in 15 minutes after this on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. The world famous KROQ. KROQ.
5.
Prodigy right there.
Change my pitch up. Smash my bitch up.
Kind of the same.
The same fervor, the same out of 10.
Same words.
Same words.
Only one person has gotten theirs right so far, and
means we just have to do a bunch more.
the listener. And I don't think we're out of time.
No, we're
so let's bring on Kevin Ryder. Goodbye. All right, we move on and say hello to contestant number 3 from the 310. Welcome to your chance to go to Coachella. You've come this close. Tickets, 3-day tickets, weekend one. It's a song that you should know. At least I hope you'll know. Take a listen, and let's see how you do with this. Is this Kaylee?
Yep.
Good morning. Are you ready to go?
I hope so.
All right. This is a Coachella artist, headliner even. Here we go.
Twiddle my thumbs or just a bit. I'm sick of all that same old ass in a house with unlocked doors, and I'm effing lazy. Bite my lips and close my eyes. Take me away to paradise. I'm so damn bored, I'm going blind, and I smell like ass.
All right. That is a, believe it or not, a Coachella headliner as
That sounds
performed
so sad.
by Vanessa. Yeah, that song, I didn't realize was such a sad song
I
until hearing it that
know.
way. What song, which band is that?
That is Longview by Green Day.
Nice job. Same.
Good job. Good job, Kaylee. All right, that's Kaylee. Kaylee got hers right as well. Green Day will be at Coachella, and hopefully you'll be there, which means 2 people have gotten theirs right. We go to Anaheim and say hi to Michael right now. Tone deaf for Coachella. Good morning, Michael.
Woo! Morning.
Here we go. You are on the clock. Don't screw this up. This could be your whole future. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, never reverse it. Ting na 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 na. If you got a big, let me search you to find how hard I'm gonna work you. Ting na 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 na. Na 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 na. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. You got a little shabuzi back in there.
Yeah.
Michael, any idea who that was?
That's got to be a rendition of "Work It" by Missy Elliott.
There you go.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Were you even trying?
Is that a joke, Omar? Was I trying? Yeah, I was trying. I was doing it perfect.
Oh, my God.
Let me search it to find out how hard I gotta work.
All right, Michael, good job. Hold on.
That part definitely doesn't sound like a shana-na-na-na or whatever you did.
Allie, honestly, is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Ting na 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 na. That is almost the same thing. It's like a beat match almost.
Shama now.
All right, so 3 have gotten theirs right. We'll give one more person a chance here.
You don't have to sound so upset that we're doing this.
Well, I don't like it. Once again, this
Yesterday, Klein, by the way, was like, well, we shouldn't even do that.
Guys.
We're doing all this commercial stuff and tone deaf. It doesn't even make sense.
I know,
I'm like,
it
what are you
doesn't even
doing?
make sense anymore. I'm like, since when did we care about making sense?
It made sense when we were giving away Deftones tickets a month ago because we did Tone Deaf for Deftones.
I
And
know,
now
but when it's funny, it doesn't have to make sense.
it's not funny.
Yes,
This
it
makes
is.
sense.
Na 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 na. Shut up.
You have to be able to appreciate this in some way.
Alex, come on.
Alex, come on, you're up, girl.
Omar, you're not allowed to use this. Come on.
Oh, God.
And that is going to be my new favorite drop.
Alex,
come on. I just feel like picture Klein shaking
Alex,
his hips every
shut
time.
Alex, are you there?
I'm here.
All right.
I
Please.
can't stop laughing,
All right.
but I'm here.
All right. Please make this one of the Vanessa ones, for the love of Christ. This is
There's so many more of you. Play the clip. Come on.
This is another Tone Deaf. These will all be at Coachella. I bet you all these artists are canceling now. Here we go. I wanna roll with him, a hard pit like we be. A little gambling is fun, I'll see you with me. Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love, it's not enough, I want a fun. Oh, ooh, oh, 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 ooh, oh, 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 I let you hot, show him what I got.
Oh, I love it.
Come on. Alex, any idea what song and artist that is?
That is Lady Gaga.
There
for
you
sure.
go. What song?
Ooh, I don't know the song.
Oh, so
Klein,
close.
you want to sing the hook?
I can't sing the hook because that would be too
Come on,
obvious.
pup.
I want to roll with him, a hot pair we will be.
Same. All right.
I love it.
All right. Enough of this. Pop, 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 pop. All right.
Show him what I have.
She takes a long time to get to it. It's like blah, blah, lady. Lady, blah, blah. That's what you call it. Right?
Come on, Klein.
Oh, hey.
Congratulations. That Coachella is going to be fun. All right, Allie. I wish we could. I'm going to play this next one anyway, but you have to pick from the people that have already gotten through. I mean, what the hell?
Okay.
Hold on. I'll give one more person a chance. I got one more with Vanessa here, I think. I hope this isn't another one of mine, for the love of Christ.
I don't think you. I think that's the end of your road.
Oh, thank God. Here, is this the Vanessa one? Hold on. Here it is. You know what? Let's just call it a day.
I got it.
Oh, you do? Great. All right. Let me get the next contestant on. Tony Palm. Here we go. Tony, here you go. Listen closely. Here it is, Tony.
All right, here we go.
I'm that bitch, yeah, been that bitch, still that bitch, I will forever be that bitch, forever be that bitch, yeah.
All right, you know who that is? Tony. Tony, that is someone that will be at Coachella.
Oh, my God. I'm going to say that's BN Timbaland. I'm that bitch.
No,
that is not right.
That's not correct.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Well,
Vanessa sings a lot of this one.
Hey, yeah, acting stupid, what's happening? Bitch, wow.
Great. All right. Well, 3 people were able to get through all of that nonsense and get the right answers. It was Michael in Anaheim. It was Kylie in Los Angeles and in Echo Park, Kaya. 3 of them, Allie. 1 of them will end with tickets. You have to do this randomly now as you drop your pen. Which name will get the tickets and go to Coachella?
Michael.
Michael, you've done it. Congratulations.
No way!
That is
Come on.
All right. You'll be come on to Coachella. Hold on one second. 2 tickets, 3-day tickets will be yours. Hold on, all right?
Oh, my.
Announcement to instantly make your life better, happening in about 5 minutes. Right now, though, let's figure out what's going on in the world, and then we can break some news at 9 a.m. sharp and get you into whatever it is we tell you about. But first, this.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
We have another crop of airline problems to talk about. It had been relatively quiet in the skies lately, and then a few different things happened back to back. First, there was the person who got naked and defecated in the aisle of a flight, and that happened on Southwest Airlines. Then there was the pilot who told the entire plane he would turn this thing around if someone didn't stop vaping. He went full aggro dad on that flight from LA to Mexico. And then there's this story. If you're flying on a plane and then all of a sudden the ceiling falls on you.
Oh, man.
You have to hold it up with your bare hands for the rest of the flight. That is not very fun.
The passengers hold up the ceiling with their bare hands for about 40 minutes. The Delta airline flight from Atlanta was headed to Chicago and had to be turned back to Atlanta. Passenger Tom Witchy filmed the bizarre incident. That's his arm holding up the ceiling.
Hey.
How crazy is it that the ceiling comes down? Were you worried that more bad things were about to happen?
And when the ceiling comes down directly above you on a flight, it's not reassuring.
That's well said, sir.
Gripping details.
I mean, that's, I don't really like to be able to clap when the plane lands, but one of those flights, that deserves some applause.
I know, right?
For the guy that held up the ceiling on the plane.
All right, Meta's AI is built different than other AI chatbots, and the people are very quick to realize this. Klein, as we say on the show, the internet is invented for 2 reasons and 2 reasons alone.
Yeah, clickbait, masturbate.
Right, and the same goes for AI. The Meta AI chatbot will talk dirty to you and talk dirty using celebrity voices, even though that's illegal. So if you want John Cena, Kristen Bell, or Judi Dench to tell you how bad they want you, you can do that, even though these actors were promised that that wouldn't be the case. Mark Zuckerberg himself had said that he wishes Meta wasn't so family-friendly because they would lose out to competitors. But a person who works at Meta said that there are clear instances where the AI is very quick to escalate to sexual scenarios.
I can imagine.
And in one scenario, someone asked John Cena to play out losing his wrestling career over fictional sex with a teenage girl. And John Cena acted out this entire thing, spoke graphically about sex with this woman before detailing the cops showing up and arresting him, ruining his wrestling career. And Kristen Bell also reprised her role in Frozen to do some very adult things. And, of course, now there's probably going to be a lot of legal problems with this.
So the idea is you're not supposed to... They think the general public is not going to figure out a way to sexualize AI and chatbots? They're out of their mind.
Oh, they're going to do it no matter what.
Of course,
but
that's what
the
we do.
problem is that the Meta one is breaking some very clear rules that they've set with these actors who they've paid money to get their voices, right? They're like, okay, Kristen Bell, we want to use your voice. We want to make it readily available to anyone who uses the AI. She says, okay, for this many millions of dollars, you can have access to my voice, but you're not going to use it for A, B, and C.
I've been using Omar's voice. We got Nice Omar that calls the show, AI Omar, the better Omar.
Guy's a douchebag.
And I've been using him for all sorts of sexual things. Listen to this. I mean, this guy is very usable. He can do whatever you want with him. It's amazing.
He's having a good time right
He's
there.
having a great
He's
time.
having sex with John Cena right now.
That's right. Good stuff, Omar. You keep at it.
And then here's the next thing that's getting more expensive. White people, you're not going to be happy because coconut is getting a lot more expensive. It is something that is heavily imported, and because of the tariffs and many other reasons, coconut is going to be more expensive. So if you're going to a Starbucks and getting coconut milk, coconut water is still a big thing, coconut shavings on your acai bowl, coconut is all the rage. People love to get that natural fat and that hydration from coconut water, so you're going to want to think twice before adding that to your cart.
All right, when we kick off a brand new hour of the show, which will happen in exactly 3 minutes at the end of this song, we have an announcement to share with you. Oh, it's a good one. You will not want to go anywhere. Promise you, a lot of times we overpromise, underdeliver. That seems to be a theme around here. But in this particular case, I would say we are underpromising, and we'll overdeliver an announcement and then get you into said announcement. Happening 3 minutes right here on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ. Prepare to be surprised.
Oh, hell yeah, big announcement time. But before we even give you the announcement, let's go ahead and look for caller 20 at 800-520-1067. You don't know what you are winning, but you will find out in real time when we make the announcement, and it's a good one. If you're checking us out on YouTube right now, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. If you're on the YouTube right now watching along, that's an indication of what we have to announce to the general public right now. Caller 20, looking for you, 800-520-1067. I'm going to grab caller 20, and then you'll get to be live on the radio with us while we make the big announcement as to what you've just won. Something exciting about the mystery box. You know, we talk about the mystery palette, never know what's there. This is the mystery tickets.
You're so right.
You're caller 20, and maybe it's the greatest show, greatest event you've ever heard of, or perhaps you go, God, I got ripped off on this one.
Well, but it is much like a palette because there's a crop here.
Oh, it is.
And there might be one or many more that you care about.
So I am going to grab caller 20. They're at 16 now. Once they get up to 19, I will pick up 20, and then we will deliver the good news. So I wonder what they think they're up for. I wonder what they think they're going to get. And then we will tell all of you. And the good news is, if you don't win from us now, you'll have another chance at noon, 3 and 6 here on KROQ. But this is very exciting, and it will be even more exciting for numero 20 on KROQ, which puts us, we've stalled as long as we possibly can. We say hi to, hello, Matt and Carson. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Why do you think you're calling right now, if you had to guess?
I have no idea, but I love you guys, so I'm down for anything.
Okay, I like that energy, and here's what you've just won. And we're going to announce this to everyone right now as the lineup has just officially dropped. Matt, you were the first person to win tickets to Ohana Fest.
Nice.
Now, that's pretty great as is. It's going to be happening at Doheny State Beach, Dana Point, as you know, happens every year, 26th, 27th, 28th of September. That's cool. But
we know Eddie Vedder's going to be there because he's the one who puts the thing on.
Right, that's the freebie. Eddie Vedder and the Earthlings will be there, so you got that to look forward to. But let me tell you what else you have, Matt, and the tickets you've just won. Kings of Leon will be there. Garbage will be there. Hosier will be there. Leon Bridges, Green Day, Cage the Elephant, Wet Leg, and many, many, many more. Royal Otis, the list goes on and on. Allie, I cannot get over this lineup. It's incredible. It's the Ohana Festival coming back to Doheny State Beach. And Matt is the first official winner of tickets. Matt, are you glad you called randomly to win something you didn't know
baby,
what?
Let's go.
There we go.
Dibs.
Sweet dibs.
The dibs
Enjoy.
are sweet. And, Klein, you didn't mention David Duchovny.
Oh, David Duchovny of X-Files fame will be there as well. So you got all that to look forward to. Many other bands, complete lineup being posted as we speak, Klein Alley Show and KROQ.
Great lineup.
And you'll get all those bands and more. Win them again noon, 3, and 6. I'm sure we'll have more for you tomorrow morning. Once again, the headline, Kings of Leon, Hosier, Green Day, Cage the Elephant, Wet Leg, Eddie Vedder, and the Earthlings, Garbage, and so many more. It's Ohana Festival, and you're in. K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show. The big announcement we made moments ago. Some people didn't even hear it all because they were just trying to get through on the phones. But it's coming back. Ohana Fest will be back in September, and it's a great lineup. Green Day, Cage the Elephant, Hozier, Eddie Vedder, Kings of Leon, and more. And we will get you in again at noon, 3 and 6. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, right around this time, we'll have another pair of tickets for you. So just get in the habit of listening and win your way into that festival. All right, the Internet, designed, Allie, as you know, 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. We just talked about it. We can only do one of those things on the radio. So it's officially time for Clickbait. Bait. All right, we'll start with this. This is fascinating. Bait, because a therapist has now revealed this is the number 1 complaint that men share in therapy as it pertains to marriage. If you're a man and you're married, you probably have this complaint because according to a therapist and according to experts, this is the number 1 thing that men complain about in therapy as it pertains to their own marriage.
Oh, it's so easy.
What do you think?
You know as well as I do that it's not enough sex.
You think that's all guys care about is
Yes.
how much sex they're getting?
You prove that true to me every day.
Yeah.
Didn't you just make a new sex agreement last night with your wife?
Yeah, we have a new plan that we're going to try to implement.
Right, you're always trying new sex plans
The
because
last-
there's
That sounds
never
super
enough.
sexy.
Yeah, the sex plan is very sexy. And the last plan that we had that was in the books was the 12:30 on Tuesday plan.
And then you had like another plan that was 3 times a week, which is absurd.
Yes, 3 times a week. She did not like that one.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a good plan for
That's
me.
so
That-
many days.
That didn't last very long. That plan, we have a new plan that
Neither do you, so.
involves a veto rule,
oh.
which I don't want to go into. But all right,
Is that you
Allie's,
can veto every time?
you can't veto 2 times in a row. Is the new veto rule. So she did veto me
This is
immediately.
getting very sketchy.
Upon the original plan for sex last night, she vetoed, and then I went downstairs and came up 6 minutes later and asked again. And she said the vetoes have to be 24 hours apart. There's a lot of fine print.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, Allie thinks that the number 1 thing men complain about their marriage and therapy is that they're not having sex enough. All right, you think we're that simple. Omar, got a guess
Yeah.
here?
Ah, man, my best guess is that I think a lot of men out there are frustrated having to do all the quote-unquote manly duties. And in today's culture where women want equality, like, come on, share some of the duties where, like, the man's always taking out the trash, always, doing, like, like I said, the quote-unquote manly things around the house.
Got it. She wants me to do all the garbage and this and that, but yeah, she's
Mow the lawn,
right. Step it up.
Yeah.
There is some, I guess, hypocrisy there sometimes.
Of course.
Where it's like, I'm just as strong as a man and I can do A, B, and C. And it's like, but I still want a man to open the door for me and pay for dinner and, also do A, B, and C around the house. And I think it does go both ways. It can't just be the things that you like.
My wife was in a speech one time about, equality, this or that.
And I said, can we have sex or what?
And then I said, and then she goes, the dog has to go out. I go, well, go ahead. She goes, it's nighttime. I can't walk the dog. I'm a lady. And I said, you don't think other ladies ever walk the dog at nighttime? Has that never happened before? What are we talking about
Well,
here?
in her defense, she's more attractive than you.
Yes, that's a good point. She's way more attackable
It's just hot
than
people
me.
can't walk dogs.
Oh,
at
got
night.
it. All right, no one's ever approached me before. I mean, seriously. All right, Jake, what's your guess here? This is, according to experts, the number 1 thing that married guys complain about in therapy.
This is just top of mind because I just talked to a guy who's complaining about this. Is that he said he was unappreciated. He would go out and do stuff all the time. Like he would go out and get dinner and stuff, and was just like expected, and he didn't feel like appreciated anymore.
I'm gonna
Stop complaining.
All right, listen.
Damn, Vanessa.
Jesus, Vanessa.
I'm sorry. Sassiness was coming out of me.
I love it.
Okay. Wow.
And your butthole last week.
Last week we go. These are the top 3 things that married guys complain about to the therapist. Number 3 is she repeats herself and rambles on forever, so I can no longer remember what she's saying.
So the other thing is, I was wondering if she talks too much,
So
or
that's
I'm always
funny.
being nagged.
So number 3 is the rambling. Number 2 is she talks all the time. These are the two of the top 3 complaints are just about how much conversation is happening.
And then she's always wondering, why aren't you saying anything?
Right. And it's like, you don't give me a second to process.
Yeah, it's
Number
hard to
1,
jump in.
I guess, Allie, that we are pretty predictable. We haven't been intimate in months or longer is the number one complaint that guys
Shut up
have.
and lay down.
Is that guys...
You can't veto.
Guys are not getting laid enough, and that is what makes them very upset, so they have to bitch about it with their therapist.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's do one more. We have time for one more. Here we go. It's Clickbait. KROQ. All right, this is one way you can tell if a person that you are just meeting is very smart. How can you tell if someone that you are meeting is actually a smart person as opposed to a dummy?
Well, aside from the obvious, which is glasses.
Right, that's the obvious. They're wearing glasses.
I would say if you have good grammar.
If the person uses good grammar.
Yeah, if they're using all the capitalization.
Grammar, Allie. Well grammar.
That's not right.
I think it's well grammar.
They're using commas in the right places and the right
So you think
punctuation.
if they have good punctuation, grammar, etc., that means they're smart.
Yeah, they care about being correct, and they probably are more curious about learning things than others, I would think.
Omar, I know that you were surrounded by smart people every day on the show, but if you had to pick, what is the... Okay.
They feel that they feel that
That's good grammar. That's good grammar.
That guy is a smart guy.
That's a smart guy right there. He used all the grammar. Every single piece of grammar in that one sentence.
It's because he has too many smart things in his brain at once.
Omar, how can you tell someone's smart?
If somebody is very quick-witted and sarcastic, if they're like, just very quick, and I think I read somewhere that if you show a lot of sarcasm, it's a sign that you're intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Omar says sarcasm.
Shut up already.
Jake the
that
Nerd.
was sarcasm, guys.
Jake the Nerd, you are very nerdy, so people would maybe think you're smart just on hobbies alone, but you are not. So what is it that you look for to see if someone is smart?
If they're wearing a cardigan, only smart people wear cardigans.
That's true.
Yeah.
An Irish fisherman.
Right. God damn. Based on these answers, I've learned none of us are smart. It's funny because I also think that the wearing of a lab coat either means you're a butcher or you're smart. Like that's why, like in those infomercials, whenever they're trying to sell you some crap, it's like some guy wearing a lab coat. Sometimes not even a doctor, but I see the lab coat. I'm like, wow, that guy must be a scientist.
I know. Even that sperm race, they're like, well, the guy has a lab coat, so it must be a real doctor.
Apparently, they claim that you can tell someone is smart because they will admit when they don't know things, and that is something that smart people do. Whereas dumb people try to fake answers and try to come up and just speak until something comes out, whereas smart people say, I don't have the answer for that, which means any of us can be smart because we don't have the answer for anything. They are great problem solvers or they admit their mistakes. It's usually the number one sign. And Allie never does this.
Nope.
She's never admitted one mistake ever on the show. And Jake,
I've never made a mistake.
Well, Jake has never made a mistake. So
I'm
these
the
are
smartest.
Yes, you have.
Oh boy.
You're not the smartest.
I'm going to get my cardigan in from them.
Quick
Shut
break.
up! Exclamation point.
We will be right back after this with more show next.
Here's the lineup for the 3-day Ohana Fest at Doheny State Beach.
Ohana Festival founder Eddie Vedder making the call on this one himself.
Are you ready, Ohana? Are you ready?
Listen to KROQ at 9 noon, 3 and 6 to win 3-day passes to Ohana Fest, September 26th to 28th, Doheny State Beach, featuring Eddie Vedder and the Earthlings, Green Day, Hosier, Kings of Leon, Cage the Elephant. Garbage, Wet Leg, and more.
Hello, is that better?
Hey, this is Billy Joe from Green Day. It's Matt Schultz from Cage the Elephant.
Hi, this is Shirley from Garbage.
Listen to KROQ to win tickets to see us.
World Famous KROQ. Yeah, that's right.
Your child is...
Time for a butt roundup. It's KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Stuff going on in the world, stuff going on in the news, stuff potentially happening to your own body involving your ass. And you don't know about it because the news buries butt stories. And that's where we come in, Allie, with something that we call butt stuff.
It must be a special occasion. Oh, yeah. It's time for butt stuff.
In this edition of Butt Stuff, been quite a few stories of people actually getting butt-related injuries. Now, I know last time we did a butt stuff, it was a lot of people doing these backdoor, pun intended, like surgeries with non-licensed doctors that were doing butt injections, and then they were getting like cement in there, and it was a whole problem. Now, it seems there's a couple of good butt-related stories that we should share with you, including the bulldog puppy that was born without a butt.
What?
But has made a miracle recovery after a life-saving surgery.
Klein, who has an extra butt to donate?
I don't have an extra butt. I have an extra hole. It's very different. Complex operation and built the dog a new bottom from scratch. 3-hour surgery. Lucky
from scratch? What kind of scratch?
Lucky then spent a week recovering and learning how to relieve herself, and now she is a fully functioning bulldog puppy born without a butt. I didn't even know that was possible in the world of dogs, but that is a medical miracle right there.
So I'm happy that this dog now has a butt. However, there are a lot of humans that, we just talked to one-armed Gary yesterday who needs an arm.
Yep.
People don't have legs.
People love doing stuff for puppies born without stuff. That's like the world can
Oh
rally.
my God, like puppies in wheelchairs, puppies with artificial butts. They love it. And they will come out of the woodwork. They will donate so much money to make sure that every dog has a butt. And I just want to say, I understand animals are great, but people are pretty great too, and we should help them, maybe.
From good butt stuff to bad butt stuff, here's this.
San Antonio police are working on a crazy case because they say the entire argument turned shooting was over a parking spot. Police say the man was at a store on West Commerce Street when he got into an argument with a group of guys over parking. When the man was leaving, he says the men started shooting at his car, hitting him one time in his rear end.
So that guy got shot in the butt, and that is not the only bad shot in the butt story, Allie, because listen to this. Just when you thought that was the only thing you had to worry about, here's another one.
A Pensacola man is in jail this morning, suspected of shooting another man at a Waffle House.
Now, the sheriff's office says Lucky shot at the ground near the victim. The bullet ricocheted, hitting the man in the buttocks. Deputies say they found a bag of marijuana, other drugs on Lucky when they arrested him. He's being held without bond.
So that's two shot in the butt stories
what
right
a strong floor that it ricocheted off the floor and into his butt.
Right in the butt, outside of a Waffle House. And that sounded like a great night up until the shooting in the butt, because they had a bag of drugs, they had Waffle House, they had everything you could have asked for, minus the shooting in the buttocks.
But wouldn't you say that's probably the best place to get shot?
I
mean, it's all fat.
Yeah, I would think and it's a cool story.
But
and
even the Waffle House.
Oh, the Waffle House is definitely the best place to get shot, because you can immediately, point to the menu. You don't have to order. You just point to the picture. You got food covered.
Waffles.
Chunked and smothered, I say. And then there's this story. If you are one of the fans of Ozempic or Wegovy, you don't just have to worry about all of the other Ozempic face stuff. Ozempic butt is apparently taking over.
First we had Ozempic face, and now we have Ozempic butt. It's this idea that when people are taking Ozempic, also called semaglutide, and they lose weight, or, by the way, Wegovy, just so you know, Ozempic is actually FDA approved for diabetes, helps with weight loss as well. Wegovy is semaglutide approved for weight loss, but whatever people may be taking, Wegovy or Ozempic, they are losing
someone's
weight
on Ozempic.
Yeah, this woman is definitely
so obvious.
Defending the Ozempic.
They have a lot of benefits, and it helps with depression and diabetes, and it's FDA
They're
approved.
losing weight and ending up with Ozempic butt. I did a video on Ozempic face. Now we have Ozempic butt. So what is it? It's this idea that you lose weight, you lose enough weight, perhaps you lose weight quickly enough that your skin starts to sag, and that's in your derriere, your bum, your bottom, your butt.
So they're saying this
How
is
many
now
more words is she going to come up with?
There's a lot of words for butt, and she uses all of them.
That your skin starts to sag, and that's in your derriere, your bum, your bottom, your butt, whatever you call it. And that can happen, honestly,
big
guys.
fat
with
asses. Thank
Did you say
Klein.
that, lady?
Yeah, you didn't say big fat asses like Klein did. You forgot that one, the obvious.
And that can happen, honestly, guys, with any time we, number one, lose weight, lose a certain amount of weight, lose weight at a certain speed, we can get sagging skin. And that's what...
She's on meth, this woman, I think.
She's on Ozempic and cocaine.
Yeah.
Some people are realizing as they go through their, say, Ozempic or Wegovy or what...
Cozempic. She's got a little Cozempic going for her. So the combination.
What have you. So when we talk about Ozempic butt, is it surprising? Well, not really.
There you
is
go.
It hot? Yes, it is,
Yes.
Chris.
So there's a big roundup of all butt stuff. Also, experts wanted to point out that we were all making a giant mistake down there when wiping. Do you know what the mistake is, Allie? This is according to experts. This is the last story we have time for in butt stuff, this roundup.
People are going back to front?
That's a good guess. I think that only matters if you're a woman, I believe. I think guys can go...
Any which way they want.
International
men.
International waters down there. Our body, our choice, right? Whatever we want to do. Want to take a guess?
I mean, another mistake. I think that we shouldn't even be using toilet paper at all. We should be using wipes because we get chapped asses.
You're using the wrong word altogether. They're saying the concept of a wipe
in general
is all wrong.
You got to just do the bidet.
It should be a pat or a dab. Pat or dab. wipe
What?
is.
How are you supposed to get stuff?
Listen, this is according to experts now. They say we are handling that area all wrong, and the whole notion of wiping is the problem.
I'm sorry, but if you're just doing a light dab, you got a stank ass.
I'm sorry, I'm an expert in this, and they're wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
do you realize how gross Jake's butt would be if he dabbed?
The butt experts reveal. The butt experts reveal. You are in there for an hour.
I'll be in there for 2 hours.
The butt experts reveal
all day.
that the wiping and wiping hard is causing all sorts of problems for people because we're not doing the proper pat/dab method.
Oh.
Dabbing all the live long day.
So there you have it. That's been a very exciting,
very graphic
round of butt stuff. We take a super quick break. When we get back, oh yes, the bribery will commence. You go to Vegas, we got your tickets, trip, and you'll be at Sick New World with Metallica, Linkin Park, Queens of the Stone Age, AFI, Evanescence, 311, and others. And we'll do that after this.
Klein.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. In a moment, you're going to help us pick the next thing in our lives that should officially receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, something that usually only goes to old actors and actresses. But in our particular case, we look for things that have made our lives better. If you remember, the first ever Lifetime Achievement Award we've given out on the show went to the IKEA bag. It has helped you more times than you can ever imagine, moving from place to place, quick breakup, fired from your job, got to clean out your desk. That bag seems like it never breaks. It can just hold as much stuff as you need. I see people bring it with laundromats, cheap luggage.
Oh, moving.
The IKEA bag has been there over and over again. Allie one time brought us the concept of the water bottoms, those bottles of water in your car that just have a little bit at the bottom.
You need to swallow a pill or you're parched.
Got to
you
put
just
out
need
a
that
cigarette.
one swig. Yeah.
Whatever it is, those water bottoms have saved us over and over again, and we will give you some ideas for what we believe should be the next thing to go into the Klein Alley Show Lifetime Achievement Award. We need your votes, so be listening. Quickly, though, on the Goat Line, a question about our hang on Friday after the show.
So this, the meetup is on, May 2nd, at the Rove or whatever in Orange County. Yeah, I get it. I'm assuming you guys are still doing the show on Friday. How do you expect to get from the show to Orange County in an hour? Like, what's going to be your route? Just very curious, because I don't know. That just doesn't sound like it's that probable. All right, well, just wondering.
I don't think we thought about this. We didn't think it all the way through. At least traffic's not usually as bad on a Friday, right? So we should be okay.
It's a lot worse, especially to Orange County.
Friday. Thanks, Johnny. Friday after the show, we are going to be leaving after the show and going to the Rove and Recharge Market. Oh, it's going to be a good time. First 100 people will get a car wash from us. If your car's covered in bird crap now, leave it there. We'll take care of it on Friday. KROQ sticker, tickets to Wild Rivers, 20 pairs of tickets to Slightly Stupid at the Helpful Honda Sound Space. And, there's going to be burgers and hot dogs grilled up by Gelson's. And we will be there at the Rove charging station. It's going to be a good time. So Friday, plan accordingly. In Santa Ana, we cannot wait because we have not been. Right off the 5 at the 17th Street exit in Santa Ana. You can find us there Friday, 11:30 to 1:30. Okay.
There's also going to be a Netbangers hang this weekend.
Oh, an unsanctioned Netbangers hang?
A Net Hangers.
Oh, where's that happening?
It's going to be at your favorite In-N-Out by LAX.
Oh, the LAX In-N-Out. I love that the Netbangers hang out on their own time. That's great.
Yeah, go join us on Friday in Santa Ana and then hang out with the Netbangers on Saturday.
Netbangers, they have made it their daily ritual of watching our show on YouTube and interacting with each other in the chat. We cannot thank you enough for helping us to #grow the show. It's time for another Lifetime Achievement Award. We all think we have an item or something in our lives that deserves the ultimate honor. There is no greater honor you can receive. No offense, Green Day, I know you're about to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame later this week, but I don't think there's any greater sounding award than a Lifetime Achievement. It's an entire lifetime full of achievements.
This means that it has saved our asses so many times that it deserves permanent recognition, and I think I have the perfect nominee.
And I believe I do as well, and Vanessa would like to nominate, and you will decide on the text line through the length of one song which one of these items will actually make it into our Lifetime Achievement Awards. With the IKEA bag and with the water bottoms and...
the random meal in the freezer.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's right.
7-Elevens, I believe, we nominated.
We did? 7-Elevens?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, let's get to it. What is your nominee this time, Allie, for Lifetime Achievement Awards?
Oh, I'm going first. Okay. So this is something that saved my ass yesterday, but it has saved my ass on multiple occasions, and it has probably saved yours too. And I hereby nominate for a Lifetime Achievement Award that street that is parallel to the freeway.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
The street that's just right there, and then there's an accident, and you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? And if you get off on an exit, you're not sure which way that street's going. You don't know if it's going to take you in the right direction, and then you find the street that is parallel to the freeway, and you get to drive on that street and look to your left and go, ha 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 ha.
It does feel it feels very strange, weird, and heroic when you are driving next to all the cars that are sitting still, and you're going the exact same direction, but it's like they have that thing off the 405, like Sepulveda. There's a bunch of examples, but whenever you are able to make that maneuver to get on the exit and then take the, quote, sometimes it's just the service street.
I know, and sometimes it's like an alley, and you don't even know if you're supposed to be driving on it, but then you're like, I'm the only one who found this. No one's here.
It feels like you're kind of getting away with something you're not supposed to be doing.
Like, it just keeps going.
I know.
Should I keep going? Should I cut back on the freeway?
Eventually, you get screwed, but there's a couple of great ones. There's one by
sometimes it dead ends, and you're like, no.
Yeah, there's one right by Universal Studios off the 101, and you can kind of ride on that all the way. It's kind of a great, the service road next to the freeway that runs parallel. You don't get that many miles out of it, but when you do...
road next to the freeway comes in clutch.
Road next to the freeway. Great nominee, Al. I'll give you credit. It's a great nominee. Vanessa, you have a nominee for a Lifetime Achievement Award?
Yes, I would like to nominate the little face towels, because you know that there's a bunch of those. When you forget that you're washing your towel and you're taking a shower and you're like, oh no, my towel, boom. You grab one of those little towels and you pat dry yourself. Boom. You have been saved by the face towel.
How small are you?
Hello, you can just pat that towel over, you're dry. Anyone can use it, all sizes.
Vanessa, a couple questions here. Do you only own one towel?
Okay, yes. What? And I wash it.
Oh, you only own one towel?
Yeah, because I don't have a lot of space, and what do I need to do?
You don't have space for one more towel?
I live in a little studio. I am a pack person.
Well, we're gonna
everything, baby.
She lives in a shoebox.
We're going to crowdfund you a towel.
Oh my God, I have a million towels I can give you.
I'll give you a
it's
towel.
Because you're a family. I'm a person of one.
I know, but I think even when I will say there were many years where I think I only had one towel.
Yeah, like most of college, one towel. And by the way, that's your towel for showering, going to the beach, going to the pool. That towel, like washing your car.
I have a beach towel.
That is
washing your car.
It's like that same towel for everything. Picnic blanket. You can use that towel for everything. That should actually.
If you get a good one, that is a great nominee. The one towel.
Yeah, I would actually say your nominee for face towel is stupid, but the one towel that serves a lot of purposes, that's actually worthy of a nominee.
Especially when it's big and thick.
Yeah. Well, over time it gets much thinner.
Yeah.
Much thinner. So Vanessa, you are nominating the little face towel for when you need to wipe your whole, dry your whole body with it.
When you're like, oh no, where's my towel? Boom, just grab one of those little towels. You're dry.
It's so funny because we have those little face towels, and I think they are completely useless.
They are.
I have never used one.
Yeah, anytime I get a set of towels that comes with those little ones, I think I throw them right out.
My kids use those for their dolls. That's what they use them for.
Yeah. Well, that's why more proof Vanessa's a child.
You can use them for your Vanessas.
I need everyone at the text line to vote for me. I know what I'm talking about, right, guys? Listeners?
I know what I'm talking about.
All right, final option. So option one, you can vote. Allie's going with the road parallel
to the freeway.
Yeah. Vanessa's bringing us tiny towels.
Don't hate.
I bring to you, in the category of lifetime achievement, something that I think has saved all of our asses many times and will instantly make your day better when you come across. And it's something that in theory is broken, but in reality, it's perfect the way it is. And that is a broken parking meter.
Oh, yeah.
A broken parking meter is
Oh, we both pitched things that are on the road.
That's getting free parking, and it's great. And when you find one, some people see a broken meter and move on. They go, oh, no, it's broken. Can't park there. But anyone who knows goes, wow, that's a free parking spot, and I can sit there for 3 hours, 3 days.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
nothing
it's
they
up
can
to the
do.
city to fix it. If it's broken, it's not your problem.
And I know the feeling you get. It's like the feeling you get when you pull up to a meter that has money in it still is a level of excitement. But pulling up to a meter that is full-on broken, out of order, that is great. And I knew a trick for a while where I could break a meter pretty easily by wrapping a penny inside of a receipt and putting it in.
Whoa.
And it would basically jam the meter shut.
Was that before they used credit cards, like in the old school ones?
You could still do it, but at some point, I think I felt bad about costing the city thousands of dollars to fix meters because I wanted to avoid paying 80 cents. But the reality is a broken meter is something that I think deserves a spot in our Lifetime Achievement Awards. You have exactly one Muse song, which is 3 minutes and 30 seconds, to let us know who is getting into the Lifetime Achievement Awards on the show.
A lot of Tiny Towel nominations already.
Do not be fooled.
Rate that 562 number.
All right, relax. Tiny Towels, did they get your vote? The road parallel to the freeway that has no traffic on it, or a broken meter? Only one will make it in. Give us your votes now. The votes are pouring in right now. Only one of these will make it into the Lifetime Achievement Award Hall of Fame on the show. And congratulations already for all of the many items that have already gotten the seal of approval from this show that should be Lifetime Achievement worthy winning. And I know, Allie, Dane, Judi Dench, and all these other, quote, Lifetime Achievement Award winners.
Did you say Dane?
Whoever that is you mentioned earlier, these old actresses,
Like
Meryl
the dog?
Streep, whatever they are. But the reality is these are things that actually affect our lives on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And so to the IKEA bag and the water bottoms and the house dog under the table at Thanksgiving that eats all the scraps.
Yeah, that's a great one, too.
So many great things have made it into our Lifetime Achievement Awards. Let's add one more. And will it be, of the 3 nominees you heard, I brought you the broken parking meter, which is pretty much free parking and deserves a spot in the Lifetime Achievement Award. Allie mentioned the road that runs parallel next to the freeway, and Vanessa brought up the tiny towel, a.k.a. a washcloth, that she will use on her tiny body because she only has one other towel.
Which is somehow a runaway hit. 562
I
said
think people just like texting tiny towel. I think that's the idea. She's got good branding going for it. I don't think that's the best
She has good
one.
branding with tiny towel.
Yeah, the way she told the story, people are into it. But the tiny towel is really not. I mean, if it wins this, I'll be shocked.
562, I'm 6'5", and I was able to accomplish what Vanessa is describing with the face towel. It saved my life one time. 714, Vanessa is my soulmate. The tiny towel comes into play so many times. Another person said the tiny towel has saved my life. It's the most incredible thing ever. Amazing pick by Vanessa. My vote is tiny towel all day.
Success, baby!
That being said,
I did not say it was a success.
Yeah, that being
I see
said,
so many on the text line.
There are a lot.
but the winner.
You know, someone else said they use that tiny towel when they finish.
Oh, right. Oh, it is. It's you know what that is? That is the cleanup towel after sex.
Yeah.
That is
It's good for cleaning up things.
Yeah, the tiny towel is the load towel, Vanessa.
You going to change that branding, or are you going to stick with tiny
You're
towel?
going to stick with tiny towel? You're going to go with load towel?
Tiny towel.
Because you may get my vote now if you go load towel.
You tried yourself with a load
Load
towel.
Load. You know what? I think load towel is a better.
Tiny towel.
I got to text in my vote for load towel.
Here's a vote from you, Klein, for the load towel.
Hey, all right. I may have put you over the edge. Allie was really winning this thing in a runaway until load towel vote just came through. All right. Well, that being said, of all of the votes, Allie, you've been adding them up in there. It's been feverish. They're still pouring through. Who is going to get into the Lifetime Achievement Award on this show?
God, it is really tough because I think
a lot of revotes are coming in now. Revote load towel. Sorry, road next to freeway. A lot of load towel votes.
All right, it seems road towel has won.
Road towel.
I mean load towel.
Load towel.
Tiny towel. Tiny towel. Woo-woo!
Load towel. Vanessa's nominee for load towel has made it.
Tiny towel.
Has made it into the Lifetime Achievement Award.
How about load road towel?
That is fantastic. All right, well, we'll get out of here and do some takeaways in a moment, but I did promise you we would give you parting gifts today, and those parting gifts are sold-out tickets to see Royal Otis at the Troubadour on May 5th. You'll win them with us now, and then if you don't win them from us, you'll get a chance later this afternoon with Kevin Ryder. But if you want them, call now, 800-520-1067. Takeaways and your tickets next. Oh, man, that's our new priority. Hey, Vanessa, we are very excited. You have really inspired us, so congratulations on your tiny towel, a.k.a. load towel, making it into the Lifetime Achievement Award, because we are now going to make, and we already had someone that offered to print them for us, a limited edition batch of Vanessa's load towels. And we're going to put your face on them.
No, you don't do that.
And people can use them for all their cleanup. So
no, I refuse.
Yeah.
I could not consent of this merch.
Vanessa's load towels coming soon to KROQ Shop.
Cleaning up loads and the occasional face.
Yeah, 951 said, my takeaway, I've been washing my face with a load towel this entire time. What a takeaway. Wow, who knew the show would take a twist at the end like that? My good God.
Amazing.
All right, well, congratulations, Vanessa. You should be very proud.
I am proud of the tiny towel.
Load towel. Let's say hi to caller 20 and give away some of these sold-out tickets to see Royal Otis. Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
Hi. You are going to go to the Troubadour for some Royal Otis. Show sold out, but don't worry about it. You're in.
Oh, right on. Thanks, Klein. I appreciate it and can't wait to see that nipple piercing.
Okay, great. Thank you for bringing that up again. Everyone's excited.
Oh, they have to sing it.
Big, the nipple piercing is coming soon. A week from today or tomorrow, we'll do the nipple piercing, get it over with. All right, Royal Otis Troubadour, May 5th. Sold out show. You'll have another chance to win those tickets coming up later today with Kevin Ryder back on KROQ. All right, takeaways, and then let's officially wipe the show down with the load towel and get out of here.
All right, 623, my takeaway is Jake is forever friend-zoned.
Yeah, friend-zoned, bro.
Another one, 626, my takeaway is Jake does what he wants to feel. 510, my takeaway is the best way to ruin a wedding dress is by doing the white girl seizure dance. And 424, my takeaway is a good indication that someone is smart is if they use well grammar.
Yeah, you got to use that well grammar. That's how people know you're smart. When you use well and good in the right place, people are like, man, that person's smart.
Yeah.
Jake, you got a takeaway?
Yeah, I want to be a proud graduate of the International Tequila Academy.
Hey, we got that guy. He's going to come on with us. I can't wait. Mr. Tequila himself. He is, what's his name again? He's got a funny name. He told
Suave Agave?
Suave Agave. Mr. Suave Agave is going to be joining us. He was
He's our kind of guy.
Telling us all about how Vanessa's bottle of tequila she brought us back from Mexico is definitely a scam and probably very, very low-end tequila worth no more than $10. All right, Al, your takeaway?
My takeaway is that Klein is a late nipple bloomer.
Yep, I sure am, and I don't know what happened.
Well.
I kept growing and getting hair, but my nipples stayed at 2-year-old level, and some guy's going to have to try to pierce them next week,
Yeah,
so
but
good luck.
Nathan said that eventually yours are just going to get enormous.
Great. Eventually they'll catch up to the rest of me. You got a takeaway, Omar?
Yeah, my takeaway is that you're going to get that thick needle.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. If you need us in the meantime, you can find us on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT. Tomorrow we'll be back with more of those tickets to the just announced Ohana Fest. Complete lineup posted up on the socials. Check that out. It's a great lineup. We'll get you in. Reminder, Green Day's getting their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Thursday morning, right around this time, 11 o'clock outside Amoeba. We will be there for that. And then we got our big show hang happening on Friday in Santa Ana. Details also up on the socials at Klein Alley Show. All right, have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. Bye.
That they feel that that you know they feel that